Streaming, connecting, stop streaming, controls. I think we're golden. I think we're live. Excellent connection. All right. I think we're golden. I think we're live. All right, just send me that link to this stream once you're, once you're able to find it. All right, and I'm sending a link to Savox. Add friends to DM. Okay, we got a lot of people in chat. Hello. My name is That Creepy Reading, as you all know. Today we're going to be talking about Plague Moth and some of the rancid shit going on Twitter. It's probably like a lot of you guys probably don't know what's going on actually at all, so sorry about that. And I'm sorry if I'm completely socially awkward. There's a few things that I would like to do before we start. Hey, you in here?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not too loud, are we?
Nah, you're sounding a little robotic.
Robotic? You mean
you're like your microphone's crackling and stuff.
Hold on, let me try and fix that.
Oh, that's savage. What up, man? Nah, he freaking just dipped up for this.
Yeah, to put a long story short, Plague Moth has been pretty deceitful online, especially towards like in relation to what he's saying that I did, why I did them, or why I did the things I did and all that. And as a result, it's kind of like there's a lot of people, like literally every time I blink, I got 20 new notifications. And instead of just continuously arguing with people on Twitter, I figured that it would be easier just to discuss the recent drama and actually handle this. Plague Moth's actions on... Oh, wait. You say something?
Is my microphone still crackling?
Yeah.
Oh. How badly?
Pretty bad, but I can handle it. I'm going to give Savox a chance to talk here in a second to tell his story and just some of the stuff that's happened to him. He's another content creator who's been targeted by Moth and some of the more weird decisions he's made. What Plague Moth did, I believe to be a crime. This isn't drama. This isn't funny. I take no pleasure in taking away another content creator's money, but I do so because I believe in this community, and I don't think that what he was doing was acceptable. Patreon's trust and safety team agreed with that, what I presented. They conducted their own investigation, and at the end of that investigation found that Plague Moth had been, in fact, pay-gating Gore behind the Patreon, and that's against TOS. We will go into exactly how he did it and all that stuff, but I've seen him say that it was only a year ago and then he stopped completely. I've seen things of him saying that there was never any Gore to begin with and that it just doesn't exist. And that these videos that I'm sharing, the thing that I shared on Twitter, those links are just to normal censored videos, but no. This content does exist. If anyone it's hard to explain, but if you guys don't know, Plague Moth is a member of the horror community, and he recently has been taking his time and energy and creative thought to doing Jinx-style reactions to cartel executions, suicides, workplace accidents, war atrocities. I saw this one instance where a baby, him and Cold Raven was reacting to a baby that had been so mutilated that. That's not the point. He's not monetized, but he makes money on Patreon selling gore. I have it right now set to sub-only mode because his fans have been saying some pretty risque
The cult
crap.
of Moth.
Yeah, the cult of Moth, right? Has been, saying some stuff. Every time like his friends say something in his little Discord server, someone sends it to me, and I know what what they say about me, what they want me to do with a 12-gauge shotgun, and I'm not going to be intimidated, and I'm just not okay at all with what this guy's been doing. Sorry, I'm so anxious. I don't usually do live content, as you guys know, because it's easier to get your thoughts down when you have it like all written down in like a written format. But the problem with that is that this is blown up to a point where I can't exactly ignore it. I can't exactly just sit here for 2 weeks in my editing room and making sure that all this is fine. So tonight, live with a few of my buddies for moral support, I'm hoping to walk you guys through my thought process and what I did to prove that Plague Moth was pay-gating uncensored gore behind Patreon. I'm sorry, like I said, I'm not a live person and my constitution isn't as strong as I like it to be. But yeah. First off, I want to start off by explaining why I may seem a little, I don't know, anxious or on edge. Give me one secarino here. Okay, I think the easiest way to start this is explaining what happened and go from there. To start, I think it was yesterday. I don't think it's been 2 days. I think it's just yesterday. Plague Moth made a video. What was that thing called again? Let me check my downloads folder. Come on. Okay.
Also, I will say hello. I am here. I am back from cleaning the kitties. We are about 2 hours and 36 minutes late, but we are here.
Yeah, we are. All right. So the God, I don't think I downloaded it. Hey, what's that Patreon video that he made? What's that one called again?
I believe I gave it to you. Hold on a sec. Let me go up to it real quick.
Like Patreon set my account down.
Okay, it was my Patreon was removed, and they're still charging people the dark side of Patreon.
Right. Okay. So this video comes out, and he talks about why his Patreon is being removed. Basically, making accusations that it's an attack on the LGBT community, that people from Kiwi's Farms are coming after him. I'm talking off the cuff. We'll actually watch the video. So when we go into that, you'll be able to see exactly what he said and how he said it and why he said it. And my problem with that is that Plague Moth was essentially blaming like trolls and stuff like that for attacking the LGBT community, when the problem has always been the fact that, it's the content that he makes that's kind of unacceptable. So I decided to come out and explain that no, Plague Moth wasn't being attacked by Kiwi Farms and all these trolls. In fact, I wasn't even using any of the Kiwi Farms stuff to report them. I did my own independent investigation because, as you know, if something is verifiable, you want to be able to verify it yourself. Give me 1 second here. I'm just gonna change the chat mode because, like I said, a lot of people from Plague Moth's community have been coming in here and, like, just trying to be horrible and say mean things and make me feel unsafe and, all that fun stuff. So we're just gonna set it to 45 minutes for now. I think that's gonna be fun. Okay, so Plague Moth makes this video. My Patreon was removed, and they're still charging people. He claims that it's this conservative attack against all the gays. What he didn't know is that it was, in fact, just one autistic man who was completely un-okay with the stuff that he was posting. This all started when I watched Nick Spears' video or I was watching one of her NSFL iceberg videos, and I was kind of curious in the subject, but of course I'm not exactly trying to look out and watch it at all. I just the actual history and why the stuff was posted was more interesting to me than watching that content itself, and Nick Spears did a fantastic job at doing that. And right before I passed out for the night, I get auto-played into a video titled One Girl, 99 Stomps, Counting with Plague Moth.
That's the video where he's gleefully counting along with the stomps, isn't it?
Yes, he watched
One,
in
two, three,
this
four,
video.
five.
In this video, he watches it twice, essentially. And when the first time, I think he like gives kind of a nothing burger reaction, and then in the second time he starts counting along with it. And in the description, the video has the description of, this video is uncensored on my Patreon. Spoiler, it wasn't really 99. This happened in 2004 and was caught on CCTV.
Okay, I need to quickly say to the chat, because I'm at least looking at the chat. It's going by really quick. I don't think Creepy can show that kind of content on YouTube without getting instantly banned. I'm just gonna tell you all that right now.
I'm not going to show someone fucking dying on this channel.
I don't think you guys understand that.
You don't understand my side of the debate, because I'm against doing that. So I'm going to do my best to prove it without showing any humans dying, if possible. I'm very adamant that I don't think that people should be just watching crimes and doing Jinx-style reactions, all right? Reaction content is already lazy, and when the content is someone's death, it's wrong. It's just wrong. I feel like I live in Bizarro Land because for the last day, I've had people telling me that there's nothing wrong with monetizing this gore content, watching these people die, seeing them suffer, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, one, if you're an adult who's morbidly curious, you can Google it for yourself at your own risk. You don't need to do that. This isn't like an argument from legality. It's an argument from basic human decency and mutual respect. If I killed myself, the last thing I would want is for someone to live stream watching me do that, my final moments, and then, like, laughing at me. It's embarrassing behavior. I don't want you guys to go after and hurt or target Plague Moth. I don't want you guys to do anything other than understand why I reported his Patreon. Because, like I said, it's a moral argument, and it's one that is laid out pretty plainly in the TOS. Not allowed to monetize that. Not allowed to do that. It's not a good look. And if, the wrong people hear about, a big YouTuber like Plague Moth selling gore, that could potentially lead to another adpocalypse. PewDiePie saying the N-word cost me 90% of my ad revenue. What do you think's going to happen when people find out that there's like a guy pay-gating human death like a death merchant? I care about the community, my community. I care about this platform. And if we don't take care of ourselves and show that we're capable of, like, having a respectable community, someone's going to step in and do it for us. I wish I could read chat. It just goes by so fast. And, yeah. But point being, I don't want anyone to potentially lose their monetization. I don't want this to become a huge problem for the horror community at large. I just want him to stop selling gore. I want him to remove the minors that may be in his Discord. I have found several instances of people admitting that there are minors. I've found instances of people, of moderators saying that they account for them. And Plague Moth even describes his own community as 18+. So if you have an 18+ community where your main appeal is watching people die, why the fuck would a kid be? Why would anyone under 18 be there? So I think I laid out the groundwork. Let's start showing screenshots.
Okay.
Add. Sorry. I should have prepared more for this, but I already delayed the stream for a while.
For a little bit of time.
We've had a few donators. We have Colonial Mask of all names he could have gone with. Why Plague Moth? Yeah. Why? Yeah.
Technically, it's better than my name. I found out my name's already taken by a servo company or whatever.
Okay, but let's actually go ahead and get to because
Yeah.
people are screaming for proof in the chat.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna do a window capture here. Window capture 3. Yeah. So this is the video I initially saw. This is One Girl 99 Stomps, and if you read the description, this video is uncensored on my Patreon. Spoiler, wasn't really 99 Stomps. This is what got me to investigate. I thought that the video was ratchet ass. I thought that the description was concerning. And I thought that, like, this needed to be investigated. So, I donated money on his Patreon. And we're gonna just have that there. On November 22nd, November 2022, on the 27th, I donated $5.99 to become a Tier 2 donator. Now, what does being a Tier 2 donator get you? Well, let's find out.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna reiterate to the chat again, like, I don't know why so many of you are demanding that Creepy show this uncensored content. Like, I don't know how many times I have to tell you, you can't show that on YouTube without getting insta-banned. Everyone knows that. Anyone with the brain knows that. Stop asking,
I
please.
mean, just because Plague Moth is cool with having his entire channel demonetized doesn't mean I'm cool. This is my living. I have respect not only for myself, but, you guys too. Why can't I do... Okay, whatever. But as you can see, this screenshot was taken. This screenshot right here was taken after I paid $5 to join his Patreon Discord. By the way, Sarah, Chris, if someone is quite clearly from the cult of Plague Moth, feel free to just insta-ban them.
No, I'm not. I'm not a mod, and I'm probably not going to ban anybody. I'm just probably going to make fun of you. But
Okay.
that's what I would prefer to
Chris?
do.
Yeah, he mentioned that beforehand. He was gonna go with.
Okay. Chris, would you be willing to do that? Just because I don't want the chat to be kind of full from people from that, just, spamming the chat and muddying the
You got it.
conversation. Thank you.
I got it.
If you guys want to have a more like a debate format, we can talk about that at another time, but this is just me going over my lived experience and what I can do to prove it. Okay, beginning. This is taken from a Discord room called Super Secret Videos, which has since been deleted. And we're going to come across the first mistake I made. And that is, when I joined, I did not take enough screenshots, right? It's honest mistake. I should have screenshotted bigger stuff of the server. I took highly specific screenshots because I don't know why at the time. It just, I figured that would make it easier to edit with and stuff like that. The point is that I should have taken larger uncropped screenshots, and moving forward, if anyone else finds themselves in the unfortunate situation of looking into something like this, take full screen screenshots, because now people are able to dismiss everything I'm saying by saying, oh, this room never existed and I'm photoshopping stuff or something. I don't know. So that's what is there. Now we're going to go to what else you could find in the super secret video room. Okay, here we are, the super secret video room with the uncensored content. Those BitChute links are real. Unless if he deleted them today, because I took some video of me accessing this. Basically, all of these videos are stuff that had been either from what I understand, most of these videos are just re-uploads of stuff that's already on his channel, except the gauze and blur is removed. And they're uncensored. We'll go into Plague Moth's BitChute later, but these videos are unlisted, meaning that if you go onto the BitChute through, like, BitChute's own resources, you won't be able to find these videos on there. Just like trailers for some stuff that's Patreon exclusive content. So that means in order to get access to these gore videos, the owner of that account had to distribute these uncensored, special links somehow. Meaning that the content was in fact gated. I'm saying that after paying $5, I found that they were gated behind a no ID verification room. All you need to do is pay $5 on Patreon. No one once asked me for my photo ID. If anyone happens to have my photo ID from the Plague Moth server, you're free to post it on the internet. I'm comfortable saying that because I never gave anyone my ID. So the idea that this was somehow like actually hidden and they were actually moderating, no, not true. As long as you have like a PayPal account, anyone of any age could access these videos. And apparently, after everything came out, some people came forward and admitted to accessing this content just like that. I'm 17, and I had joined the server of Plague Moth since I had bought this Patreon. Sorry, I'm 17, and I had joined the server of Plague Moth since I had bought his Patreon, and I did click the uncensored links. However, I have nothing against Plague Moth, and I don't think he should get hate, either since I knew what I was getting into, so me seeing gore falls onto me. I feel like that's a pretty open and shut case. This person agrees with Plague Moth. Or they think that he's in the right. They don't want him to like feel threatened, because to this person, being underage and seeing humans get flayed alive, babies get like killed, and other horrible cartel incidents, it's just fine. Content for all ages.
Now you should probably get into the several instances of within the server that you at least found.
Yes. There were when I joined the server, I wanted to prove a few things, right? So I'm going into this horrified by the one girl 99 stomps video. I give him $5. I wanted to see if the gore is real. I actually waited a day before clicking on any of the links. And the first day when I joined, I wanted to see if there were minors in his 18+ community. If you search up, what I did was search up minor and underaged, and just went through all the relevant search tags. This one is from the 2021, so it's pretty old. Maybe they got rid of the minors. Here's someone in October 10th. Saying that to move something, there are minors. Here's someone claiming to be 15 just last year. Technically, this is 11 months old, so it's a little bit older, but still. My point is, Plague Moth watches people die, right? If this guy was like reacting to porn, we'd probably be also in the same situation of being like, this is weird, right? That like, even if the server's moderated, like, why would they be in like this guy's room or orbit when given the content he watches, right? And again, I'm sorry. I'm not the most charismatic without a script, without knowing what's the next thing I'm going to say. I'm just trying to be clinical with this. But yeah, a bunch of people over, at least from October to, 2021. Like, from what I understand, from what I've seen from people on Twitter, children in the server have been a problem for a while. And it seems like that the moderation team is aware that they have minors in the server. I've seen some people say that they just don't exist. I've seen others say that it's well moderated, so it's okay and all that stuff. But, like, I just don't think any kids should be near this guy or trying to orbit in a community that watches this content. That's my morality. It's what I fundamentally believe in. I am only talking about this guy because everything he does goes against every fiber of my being. So, yeah. Give me 1 second here.
So to the people who are genuinely wondering, like, okay, well, what's the issue here? Okay, number one, I mean, I think at least most of us, I'm gonna ballpark it. Most of us would agree that we probably, no one should have, a community such as this that revolves around content like this, where this content is being shown to kids, where kids are saying that they're kids in a chat, and you're giving them that content anyways, right? That's number one. I'm sure. Allow me to explain a little bit more. I think most of us can agree with that. Okay, and then there's the other actual material there, or the context of watching the 99 Stomps videos the way that he does. It's I don't know. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I don't. I don't think.
How can you, like, here's the thing, right? He shouldn't have any underage fans. All of his videos are practically age restricted, right? It's not like Discord's a special place. Why would you want to congregate a bunch of adults who are into this very adult thing and then just let them mix in with kids? This has nothing to do with LL Smart.
No, we're not going to talk about.
We're not talking about LL Smart. All right, we're talking about the Gore guy. So, yeah, I reported his account. I did so of my own volition. It was just me. I did not get a bunch of people to mass flag him. I'm not like a member of the farms. I think the best thing the farms has to say for me is that I'm like slightly less autistic than Nexpo. And I have autism. So I don't know if that's like a dig at me or him. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the specific screenshot, but I did take a quick screenshot earlier of me, of like, you know, the report I sent and what exactly is said within that report. God, where the fuck did I put it?
Okay.
Feel free to entertain the chat for a second. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, no. Well, you know, while you're figuring that out, I'm going to clarify that this is specifically about a Patreon server that is not a public server. A Patreon server is not a public server. It's
I think
the
server used to
You
be
beat me
public.
to it.
Yeah, the server used to be public, but then it went Patreon only.
Yeah, we're talking about a Patreon only server that was not public at this point in time when Creepy went in there, right? And that where people are very clearly saying that they are kids, right? Having access to this content.
Yes. Now, just so you guys are aware, I'm not going to play these videos. If you want to watch them for yourself, you know, go ahead. Do so at your own risk. He puts human corpses into fucking thumbnails all the time. Showed a picture of one of his videos. His most viewed one is of Ronnie McNutt, I think his name is. And the video, the thumbnail is literally 2 seconds before he pulls the trigger. I went on my own mental illness journey. I used to have a lot of friends. They are no longer here. I am lucky to have survived. And in the way in which he interacts with these subject matter, it just doesn't convey the gravity of these situations. It's a complete disrespect for the victims. This isn't about money to me. Like, for example, if you guys don't know, the cartel uploaded a video called the Funky Town Gore video or something along those lines. And in this video, someone is seen with their hands removed, and they're just like cutting him with a box cutter while he writhes on the ground. Like, you genuinely ask yourself the question: how the fuck is he still alive? How can a human suffer for that long? And you'd think, like, if you're gonna watch this content, you'd treat that with respect, right? Like you'd understand that no one deserves to go out in such a horrifically gruesome manner. Plague Moth sees it as a merchandising opportunity. How the fuck did we get here? But yeah, I'm still looking for another screenshot, so you're gonna have to give me a second. Can you talk to the chat for a second?
Oh, me. Okay, you know, I'll go ahead and read the chat. Why the hell not? Let's see here.
Actually, let's change this.
Chat is going by really fast.
Yeah. And you don't have to talk. You just talk to them. You don't have to read it.
talk to them.
Also,
Okay.
Plague Moth showed the Russian brick video as a joke. Like, you see, I can't prove that because I don't know that. I believe it, honestly, after some of the stuff I've seen. A lot of that's just going to be kind of a journey that you guys are going to have to go on if you really want to understand how disrespectful the content is.
Ah, yes, I'm in the other corner now. Hello, I'm in the other corner.
Yeah.
And yes. I think some people in chat are recognizing me. Yes, hello. And no, none of this has to do with LS Mark. I don't know why you guys keep bringing him up. Like,
It's because
for God's sake.
it's entirely because yeah, it's because I've been beefing with Sonny because he's been being weird, and I blocked Mark because Sonny follows. Because Mark keeps following this guy who's been banned and blocked by me multiple times, and it's like weird, you know? I don't deal with high school shit. That's what that is.
Okay.
That's all that's all that is. It's just high school shit. God, I'm sorry that the stream is having so many fucked up difficulties. But I feel
Well,
like
I notice you're a bit of in a rush. Yes.
yes, this is a important subject. So
No, I know.
there we go. Then we'll just put it down behind. Yeah, behind that. So yeah. Every time ooh, God, I'm sorry. I'm gonna look at my screenshots again. Trying to find the one that actually contains what I'm looking for.
You wouldn't have an aneurysm. Okay, but so
Okay,
I
I
might as
found
well
it.
get it.
I
Oh,
found
you
it.
found it?
Yeah.
Okay, you found it? Okay, cool.
We're gonna post that and continue our little story. Actually, I'm gonna post it in here so you all can see it.
I mean, okay. If he apologized for the showing of the brick video,
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
There's so much shit. It's not just a brick video. You can't just be like, oh, he apologized for that thing, and you know that thing was just a misunderstanding. And it all adds up. It all paints a picture. So first off, here's the exact message I sent to Patreon. Hello, there's my first and last name. And it goes as follows. I wanted to share some information which leads me to believe the user Plague Moth is circumventing your rules and using his platform to sell gore. The gore comes in the form of uncensored videos Plague Moth is reacting to. Cartel executions, suicides, murders, and workplace accidents. After doing some investigation, I found, while he does require photo ID verification to get access to his Patreon's IRL news channel, no such photo ID verification is required to see the gore. To make a long story short, he's using this platform as a gate into his Discord. I said Patreon, but, you know, that's why I meant Discord. Donating $5 gives you access to dehumanizing acts against other humans. I know this platform doesn't allow links to gore or its content, and he has been warned about this before. As he, about a year ago, I think the Patreon nearly got wiped because, it's using to host this content. And he basically was warned about that. All he did was walk it back a step. The first two screenshots show that there are minors in the server, and the third screen is a shotted list of videos I got access to by paying $5 to the Patreon. If you manually type in the links, the content there is graphic. The last screenshot just shows that the gore and extra mixtape content is a part of the Patreon goodies. If a minor uses the site and pays $5 without talking to any other humans, this content is something they can access. I say that because I paid $5 to access Plague Moth's Patreon. I showed that screen earlier. Within the same day, I got a response back from Patreon. Hello. I'm Marty from the Trusted Safety Team. I thank you for writing in. I can confirm we received your report. Please note that the Trusted Safety Team takes every report seriously and does not share the details related to our investigation or actions that might be taken as a direct result of the investigation. Thank you so much for caring about and keeping the community safe. All best, Marty. This is the last communication I had with Patreon. I believe the day after this, or the same day, his content went under review and all the pledges were held. They spent about 2 days. I don't know. They spent a few days actually like going through. Plague Moth at first said that it was because he didn't do an age verification thing given the content that he makes. He specifically uses 18 plus community. We'll watch that video later. But yeah, that's all I did. I submitted 4 screenshots. They spent a few days doing an investigation, and they decided that he was in violation of Patreon's terms of service. And in response, Plague Moth said, "Oh, you're attacking a LGBTQ content creator for no reason, and it's all a coordinated attack." So let's get into that coordinated attack. Look at the fucking I can't make this up. I'm in. Look at the autocomplete, guys. Holy hell. Holy hell.
It's gotta wait. I gotta wait for a minute to
Oh my
to
God.
catch up.
Holy shit. Oh my God. Just okay. Pray that there isn't like anything weird. All right, cool.
Okay.
Oh, hey, you're on there. Plague Moth, that creepy reading.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Actually, I don't even know. I actually am signed in on this incognito tab.
That didn't take long, did it?
Plague Moth, that creepy reading.
Hello, everyone. I have some bad news, and that's my Patreon.
It's trending.
Real quick, before we go on, this video was made before anyone even knew I had made any report. And this is gonna lead into the reason why I came forward with what I came forward with before I was actually really ready to do so.
Page. It's removed. And why? Well, it started last week with a missed email about me verifying my identity. So basically, there are new policies on sexual content on Patreon, and if you're an 18 plus content creator like me, you have to re-verify your ID with your ID and selfie and all that, kind of like OnlyFans does. So I didn't notice this email, and my account was hidden, and I was told that no, I couldn't get new patrons.
So this is an age verification thing, according to his own words. Right? But let's read the screen. Let's read this highly cropped screen grab he shows from the email. In the meantime, by the way, I'm not like it actually is like cropped like up here, like I can't go up, you know. But yeah, it says in the meantime your content will be hidden, but you can still log into your account, create a new create new content. You're able to contact your patrons and inform them of the situation. We encourage you to contact them to let them know why your page is under review and how your content will change going forward. Does that sound like a fucking message someone would get for an age verification? Because if the whole thing was just, I need to send in a copy of my ID, why would the content need to change? So already we're seeing deceptive behavior. He's trying to hide the real reason that his content went down. And I'm going to let you guys know if you've sent in donations. I really do appreciate that. It does help. You know, everyone's struggling out there. But if I haven't called you out, I'm super sorry. I'm doing my best to juggle a lot of things, and I'll get better as the stream goes on. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, there's already some deceptive behavior because this doesn't look like the kind of message that you would get if you were being warned about failing to do, like, a photo ID thing.
Or anything like that until that's fixed. So no problem. So I have to wait over the weekend, and that's kind of a pain in the ass. Then I get this email stating that my page has been suspended for violating the graphic violence guidelines. And they cited specifically that I was selling gore offline or on the Patreon. And does that complaint sound familiar to you? If it doesn't, it will soon. This is
It's a common complaint because he sells gore. He sold me gore. I paid $5. Didn't talk to a fucking person in that room. No one asked for my ID. No one communicated with me in any sense of the word. And I got to see every single one of the gore videos. And the infamous list. I will say that he does like these documentaries on like Columbine and stuff, and they're completely asinine and disrespectful. Fucking playing metal music while people are like, while he's describing how these kids are being shot and in what order and where on the body and their reactions, and it sounds like he's making Columbine sound like a Doom level. And you know, it's on the BitChute. You have to pay. I know I had to pay money. I'm no longer paying money for obvious reasons. So, and I'm not gonna play it for you. But you know, I believe it was part of the infamous for. I know he did one for Uvalde, and I know that he did one for Columbine. And I watched a bit of the Columbine video to see if there was like any tact at all in it, and there just wasn't. Sorry. This is upsetting. I feel like I live in bizarro land a lot of the time. Like, we just all completely forgot that. Like, why can't we just have respect for each other, you know, as humans? But going back to the video, we'll get through it.
Common thing that people do to sling mud and try to virtue signal despite not signing up for my Patreon and knowing, you know, I don't have uncensored gore anywhere.
I signed
that's not
up for
a
the
thing.
Patreon.
It's just mudslinging. So that immediately is a huge red flag for me, being cited as a reason why my Patreon page is suspended. So naturally, I appeal this. Focus the video for fuck's sake, but I brought up the mass reporting on my content from 2 sources that I know of. And one of them is Kiwi Farms, because they don't like the fact that I'm gender fluid, and they've been attacking my identity and my family ever since, trying to further dox me, harass me, get my Patreon taken down, citing, well, that I'm a troon, which is a... And of course I have retaliation from Ripper, aka Fergie, right after outing him. I got multiple reports of me offering gore on whatever, and I've already had to snub those out with YouTube and stuff too, so Patreon was just next on the list. So I just figured this could be handled easily. By the way, this is bullshit because their evidence for this is because the second tier patrons on my Patreon get access to a Dropbox with all my videos as a downloadable perk. That's awesome. I'm trying to implement the audio files as well. There's no gore in there though. The
Let's unpack this a little bit, because there's a lot that was said, and I got a lot that's making my piss boil right now. The starters, the idea that this guy is being attacked because, like, they are married to, like, this guy, let's be fair, they're straight passing. You know, no one is coming after this guy because of LGBT views, or, I mean, you know, it's possible that people are. Honestly, fucking Kiwi Farms is that's unfair. But the point is that this was not motivated by anything gender related. And the reason why the chat's fucking cursed is because Plague Moth is in there. So Plague Moth dudes found it. So I'm gonna do something I don't want to do, but I don't think I have a choice. We're gonna limit the chat to people who have been subbed for a while. Clearly, I did not set it for a long time. I thought that maybe 45 minutes would discourage people and banning them, but no. Customization, blah, 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 duration. We're going to set that to days, and we're going to just set it to 2. That means anyone who discovered me, after all this shit happened can no longer comment. Thank you, Plague Moth. Congratulations. Hey, that creepy reading. I just want to let you know that people have found the crack-free archives of entire Patreon and Kiwi Farms. That is cool. The thing is that you're not going to find much on the Patreon because it was completely scrubbed like a year ago because of the gore he was selling on Patreon a year ago. And he'll try to conflate this on Twitter, saying like, oh, actually this existed only a year ago. But that is just not true. I have not heard of Plague Moth before November 26th, 25th. You know, this is like, I took the screenshot because I went through his whole Patreon screenshotting a lot of things that I felt were going to be relevant for the video. But yeah, these people were here originally for uncensored gore. Oh damn, I just joined. Excited for uncensored content. I don't understand why content involving pain and death is censored. Why is it wrong to know what organized crimes do to people? If they hide it, we won't be aware, and all that stuff. I'm quickly going to fucking argue this guy. The reason why we don't watch cartel executions is because those cartel executions were made to humiliate the victim and family by publicizing the victim's death. So by continuously watching it and laughing at their expense, you are inadvertently helping the cartels. Good job, homie. Good job. Good job. But yeah, a lot of people, 8 months ago, yo, buddy, are you going to make uncensored versions of the video? Will always be blurry tier videos. Sorry if I'm being a dumbass. I can only find censored links for YouTube's. Is there uncensored vision? Neither uncensored, uncensored, uncensored. I joined the Patreon because YouTube won't show it. Is there a way that you see it still? These are people who are here specifically so that they can find this content. I've already seen the video elsewhere. No big deal. Why is it censored? All that stuff. Like I said, I just took a lot of these, but you know, this is why it was scrubbed the first time, and it should not be conflated for what happened when I joined the Patreon in 2022. Because when I joined the Patreon in 2022, I got access to these videos, which were uploaded to his BitChute. I will show you a video later that won't show any gore, but it will show you that these BitChute videos existed. They are uncensored, and they were offered on Discord. The only way I could have gotten these links is through Plague Moth as the person who uploaded this content. He had them somewhere. It wasn't a Dropbox link. It was a BitChute link. He's just lying. Maybe after I left like 3 months ago, he changed it to a Dropbox and maybe he cleaned up his act. But I don't believe that. And I have, you know, some people on Twitter who are saying that he deleted it. The gore on the Patreon that TCR showed existed until yesterday. As soon as this incident occurred, the channel that he screenshotted it was taken from, got deleted. Very sus. In fact, hundreds. If this comment's true, Plague Moth could prove me wrong right now. Akri, I love you, dude, but it's straight passing. Hey, I'm just gonna straight up say I disown that. That was a bad take. There's a reason why I script my videos. I apologize. My bad. Sorry. Moving on. But yeah. So this is obviously a burner account too, so you only can put so much stock into that. But if the thing wasn't deleted at the time that this thing is saying, then Plague Moth should be able to prove that with the audit logs. Oh. This person says, give me 1 second. Okay. People, bro, you've been modded. But yeah, I limited the chat because Plague Moth. If you guys don't understand, I have autism, and a part of having autism is something called overstimulation. I've been dealing with my Twitter, basically getting 20 notifications, like literally almost every time I blink. I feel like it was more pronounced yesterday than it was today, obviously. But like my phone was beeping. I'm getting all these people coming at me. They're demanding evidence, and if I don't respond immediately, I'm being called a liar and all these other things. And that's just what happens when you go out there half-cocked. If you're gonna say something, you gotta make sure you say it right, and you gotta make sure that, yeah. Yeah, if you if the gore was deleted a long time ago, he could also be able to prove that with the audit logs. I encourage him to show me when he deleted the room, to prove that I'm lying. And I would love to see a theory for how I got access to the gore if my screenshot and these links hadn't been publicized anywhere before. And yeah. Last night, after I was getting all these messages, people telling me to kill myself, you know, mostly from Plague Moth's camp, because it's like he's sitting there in the Discord server, he's live streaming, he's telling people I'm attacking his family, I'm calling the police repeatedly, and all that stuff. We'll go into that later. There's a very valid reason why I called the police, and we'll go into that. God.
I'm beginning to see why Tuv cut ties with him.
Wait, who?
Tuv.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, I'm not going to name names, but Plague Moth, a lot of people have been distancing from Plague Moth because no one wants to be associated with this content. He'll, like, antagonize them repeatedly on Twitter, trying to get them to talk to him and hang out, accuse them of ghosting and all that stuff. Like, it's really cringe. He'll message the same creator like multiple times, like, hey, respond to me, homie. Like, hey, want to talk? Like, just take the hint and stop. But yeah, Bink Ashley, desensitization. This is the worst kind of it. Yeah, I think someone else donated. The Gore channel never existed. If the Gore channels never existed, deleted. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, I did respond to that. Appreciate you. Thank you for all the donations, by the way. Like I said, I'm not doing this for the money. But I am happy to know that you guys are supporting me and understand why this is so serious. Because, you know, I mean, Low Tier God literally live streamed going through my Facebook, like one of my business Facebook accounts, looking for shit on me, looking for shit to roast me with, like, you know, and this is like coming off the heels of after he doxed June the King. So I've dealt with doxers before. I've dealt with people coming after me because of the things that I've said on the internet. Plague Moth by far is probably the worst one. Because his community already has to do mental gymnastics to justify watching things like babies being killed and all that jazz.
Because there are a bunch of teenage edgelords wearing
Boxes
Burzum
before.
hoodies or something.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much of them are teenagers and how much of them are adults, but like, the fact is some of them are teenagers, and that's a problem. Even if it's just one. Just want to post this link to whatever. Streaming important news. There we go. By the way, yeah, I'm gonna have to put some credits in the video, but Hopeless Peaches is the one who drew my buddy's icon, and the frequently returning channel artist Frida is the one who did the thumbnail. Her name is artist Frida, or at artist_Frida on Twitter. I will add those after I've after I've gotten through all this stuff. But yeah. We're gonna go in here and going back into the chat. I kind of lost my place. And my video went out. Great. I don't know why. Technical difficulties. This isn't great. I'm sorry. There we go. There we go. Except I'm huge now. There I am. Okay. Now back to talking about this shit. Great. Fun. Huh. Yeah. Okay, we're getting into this. To start with one of the things that I've learned about Plague Moth is that he'll just like do a lot of lying, honestly. You know. Okay. Let's just start going over screenshots. Let's go over this one. This one's probably the most impactful screenshot he sent me. No, this is not a dox, but that is my city. I do geotag my stuff. But, you know, Pontiac is a dangerous place. I live here. Sometimes it kind of sucks. Sometimes it's kind of rad. But, God. Give me 1 second. I got to do some moderation. Hey, Chris.
Yo.
Can you ban anyone that says I sold is asking me about where I said Plague Moth sold CP? I'd never said that he sold CP. That's just a lie that he made up. People who are saying that are likely coming from his camp, and I never sold him CP. Or sorry, I don't. Why did I say it like that? See, this is why live streaming sucks. But yeah, he never sold CP as far as I know, at all. Okay, so we got a $10 donation. I used to watch his stuff back in 2020. The frequency at which he would roast his Reddit haters is starting to set off alarm bells. And then I saw people speak out against him, and I was like, nope, I'm out. Yeah, he's been banned from Reddit for apparently posting violent content. I saw that on his farms page. Out of curiosity, I looked at it after I did my own stuff with a few other people. And yeah, he apparently he's been banned for posting violent content. I don't necessarily know the context, and I don't really trust Kiwi Farms to give me that context. So there you go. That exists. Yeah, I live in Pontiac, and he posted this Twitter thing at me after basically he had been beefing with me for a while, and he posted this in an attempt to make me feel unsafe. And this kind of thing is not okay. All right? You don't do this. I've been as respectful as I could to this guy for as long as I can. I've sat on this information for far too long. I did not act fast enough considering the gravity of the situation. And when I finally did come out, I wasn't as prepared as I should have been. I made mistakes. And as a result, this is all happening. But yeah. This is someone calling me out because I made a tweet that said I needed to get off Twitter. Basically, I was sitting at my table, like my desk, literally all day, just kind of responding to people. And I've been sitting there for like 5 hours. I'm overstimulated. I'm panicking. I'm like going practically catatonic while sitting here. Like vast periods of time is escaping me as I get sucked into this Twitter fucking dopamine loop. And I'm like, this isn't healthy. I need to jack out. I'm being overstimmed. And I basically tweeted out as such because a lot of people were reaching out to me in DMs and wanted to talk with me either about their own experiences or to call me a loser to tell me to kill myself. So I figured instead of just ghosting everyone without any explanation, I just give an explanation, and that was taken as a reason to like say that I can't handle it and all that fun stuff. He describes the one girl 99 stomps video as like something that's like worth joking about, I guess. I mean, this video is still live on his channel, by the way. Like, it's still has the description of Patreon uncut gore. And if that wasn't there, I probably would have never known. I wouldn't have gone as far as donating to see if this content existed. So you can thank Plague Moth for sending me on that rabbit hole.
Somebody is saying that the live stream about you is taken down.
No, it's still there.
I don't.
If it was
Still
taken
there?
down, I have it downloaded.
Still there.
I have it
I'm
downloaded.
looking right now.
So
It's
we're
there.
good. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Why'd you call the cop?
Why did I call the cops? Let's get into that. Let's actually get into that. We have to go back a screenshot or two. This right here. This is why I called my local PD. If you're looking at that, that reads like a threat to me. And these people watch suicides for fun. I'm half expecting to get swatted at this point. And you know what you do when you think someone might swat you? You call your local PD, you leave a paper trail, you explain the situation, so that if someone does try to swat you, they have a reason to be at least a little skeptical before sending the no-knock raid in, right? I'm not saying that he did, not saying that people in his community are, just that I took the precaution because how else is anyone supposed to... How is anyone supposed to take that?
I'm gonna tell chat this is actually a very, very, very normal thing, even in my circle. I'm not around creepy that often, but a lot of streamers will contact their local PDs to let them know, like, hey, if there is a swatting being called at, insert X address here, it should be treated as highly suspicious of just, your typical swatting attempt. That's a very normal thing. So when people in Plague Moth's communities or community is trying to accuse Creepy of calling the cops on Plague Moth, that's not accurate. Like letting your local PD know about your actions streaming, that's perfectly normal. I don't know how you can misconstrue that as calling the cops on Plague Moth. No, that's not how that works. That's just completely inaccurate.
Now, the thing where I did also contact the someone told me that there is some serious obscenity laws for pay gating and giving access to this kind of content, and I reported that to the Macomb County FBI department, and I sent them the same thing I sent to Patreon. If something comes of it, something comes of it. If nothing comes of it, nothing comes of it. But the point is that I'm not okay with giving kids access to this, and if it turns out that the law is on my side in that case, there you go.
Yeah, somebody brought up Keemstar as an example. Keemstar has gotten swatted so many times that he has to have his local precinct he has to be on a list of hey, you might want to just straight up ignore swatting claims on this specific address because this person has been swatted so many times. Again, this is perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal behavior.
It's normal behavior, and we're gonna go into some of the things that Plague Moth's community has been saying behind the scenes, because unbeknownst to them, there have been people in his server who were concerned for me and have been sending me some of the more choice things they have been saying. We got a $5 Patreon, we have a $5 donator. For the main point, I have supporting evidence in the form of the email I was sent when I signed up to Patreon. I quit as soon as I saw the list. Hey, if you want to send that to me, feel free to DM it to me on Twitter and I'll take a look at it. But yeah, Plague Moth has been spreading this idea that I was telling people that he's selling CP, that I'm like going after his family, that I keep attacking him. We'll go into that later, but the main thing is that I never said that he's selling CP. Here's what I said. I believe in the Amber Alert video, he admits to either, I don't remember the exact wording, but he either admits to knowing someone who watched this snuff film, or he watched it himself. I don't remember which he said. I believe he said that he got it from some guy on the deep web, and then proceeds to describe what's like in it, right? And I said that on his Patreon reward stuff, one of the things I noted was that one of the things you can do is literally access the full mixtape / gore clips and my videos with no restrictions. Now, I don't think he's giving away Daisy's Destruction. I don't think Plague Moth is that stupid. But the fact is, he has like access to it. Describing what's in Daisy's Destruction according to Plague Moth's description, it's a snuff film starring children. Very young children. And it's like hurtcore, extreme, like some of the worst stuff. I never saw it, and my only point of reference is actually Plague Moth's video. So that's sort of like what I was saying. I think it's weird, and I think it's sus, but I don't necessarily think that it's proof he's selling CP. But everyone, no matter what I say, no matter how many times I quote tweet it, no matter how many times I tell Plague Moth himself, they keep accusing me of accusing Plague Moth of selling CP. He is not. He is selling gore. It's still bad. It's still gross. I've always been against pay-gating gore. If these videos were like up and just kind of in BitChute, anyone can see them, I'd be a little bit more understanding, but that's not what he did. He like made it a Patreon incentive, right? And it's not even like a tier 1 thing. It's not like, oh, you give me $1, you get access to everything. It's like, you have to be a tier 2 donator in order to get access to the good shit, you know? Looks like we'll be adding Plague Moth to a video where YouTubers that need to stop. Actually, Plague Moth is the reason why Dangerously Stupid YouTubers got its title and is being worked on right now. I'm still going to be including him, and I'm probably going to be including all this information, but in a more compact and easily understandable way without all the pausing and, you know, the panicking.
Confusing chats.
The confusing
absolute
chat.
cluster.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, like I'm getting told from like a lot of different angles that, you know, Plague Moth's community is like, you know, focusing their efforts on me. That all kinds of stuff.
I'll go ahead and just say to the chat, if I'm assuming a lot of you guys are you know, probably joined midway through or joined even right now. If you're wanting a more concise breakdown of what's going on here, I would probably just wait for that particular video that he just mentioned.
Just feel free to sit back and just get absorbed because we're only like halfway done.
And no, LS Mark is not. Why do you guys keep?
It's
never
because
mind.
I've been having issues with LS Mark lately, all right? I'm sorry. This isn't about LS Mark. LS Mark has no reason to be mentioned here. This is about the gore guy. It's about Plague Moth. All right? I'm not going to talk about him. And we're going to stop talking about him.
Also, I keep seeing this point recycled about what about true crime YouTubers? What in the false equivalency is this freaking talking point, man?
Plague Moth
True crime stuff is
Plague Moth doesn't do
There you
true
go.
crime. He just watches crimes.
True crime
He just
YouTubers are
watches
doing that
crimes
mess
against humanity.
informational.
It's not true crime. It's Jinx style reaction bullshit, right?
It's
Let's
like
be
true
real
crime
here.
YouTubers do informational stuff. Okay, the context is there. I've seen that point several times, and it's like, come on, like I'm pretty sure you got a functioning enough dome piece to understand context. You're thinking so much about the content, it's the context. One person is literally putting the stuff behind a paywall, fetishizing it and all the other stuff. The other person may even in most cases with most true crime YouTubers, they censor the stuff. It's not glorifying it. It's literally recounting events that happened. Two completely different things.
This is
I've
Chris.
seen that like 700,000 times, and it's like, can you stop?
Oh, yeah, son. Sorry, I just got some really good news. I'm not going to say it, but long story short, I'm not the only creator that is concerned. You know, when you've been sitting on Twitter for the last like 24 hours nonstop, only taking like 3-hour naps, the thing that you learn is that it's a hellscape. It sucks. And, you know, it's just, you start to believe that these people, you start to doubt yourself when you have so many people telling you to kill yourself, when you have so many people saying that you're wrong, that you're a liar. I bought gore from Plague Moth. He sold me gore. And if you don't believe me, that's fucking fine. But I'm not going to stop saying it because that's what I lived through. I can't convince myself he didn't do that. I can't convince myself that he had a photo ID verification when he never got my photo ID. And I want to explicitly state he has my full permission, if he has my photo ID, to post it. Because I know for a fact he doesn't have it because I never talked to anyone in his community or him until all this stuff came out. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But let's go into this screenshot. This is taken from his community today. With the sound of a lot of time, strap TCR in a chair like Clockwork Orange and force him to watch Funky Town. I've seen Funky Town. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. I'm gonna live vicariously through others in the video. Doesn't seem like something I need to see with more of a curiosity. Every time I listen to Funky Town, I'm losing my fucking shit. The song just makes me think of gore videos I like, LMAO. Exactly. I mean, this is his community. Do I not have a reason to feel uncomfortable around these people? Is there really no concern? Is he really looking out for my best interest when he tells me Pontiac is a dangerous city? Like, this is so extra. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for stuff. There's one thing that was sent that, you know, I think pretty much exemplifies a lot of, like, what's going on here. Like, the reason why I, again, felt concerned and for my safety in regards to the behavior of his audience. Honestly, TCR needs to have a deep and thoughtful conversation with the Bindus end of a fucking 12 gauge. I don't
I
want...
swear those are song lyrics.
It should be.
I swear I've heard that before. Not the TTR part, just the 12 and business end of a 12 gauge part.
Yeah.
I swear I've heard that before.
By the way, Savox, you're a cool dude. I've been talking for a while. Would you like to talk about your experiences?
Well, I never really spoke to Moth in private, thank God.
Thank Christ.
I just
Thank
yeah, and
the Christian Christ, the Muslim Muhammad, the Buddha, and like the spaghetti monster. Everyone can.
Yesterday was the first time I ever spoke to him extensively. And it was when you said like you were horrified when I can't remember exactly what you said, and Joe just said I was horrified when I saw him in his maid costume, and that triggered him.
Oh yeah, the maid costume.
He said he said I'll try and do his voice. I was horrified when I found out what a transphobic piece of shit you are. Now, just he's not talking about me being horrified by the maid costume when he calls me transphobic. He's calling me transphobic because I bought Hogwarts Legacy.
I'm gonna say what I feel that like you're allowed to play a video game, right? No one cares.
He called it, and he said anyone who buys Hogwarts Legacy is committing an act of transphobia.
This is the maid outfit, by the way.
He took that video down, by the way.
It's just a humorous video he did, you know, like obviously I think the joke is that he does look a little goofy. I got a donation. How do you feel about someone like Disturbed Reality? It doesn't show the reaction to gore, but explains what happens. No. I don't think explaining what happens in a gore video is wrong. Because like Nick Spears did the NSFL Iceberg, right? And it's so respectful. It's such a good resource on this kind of content. If you're curious, watch that video. She doesn't like disrespect the victims. She explains to you why these videos were posted in the first fucking place. And it's so like she doesn't need to show you what's going on for you to feel the existential dread and terror of being confronted with such visceral death and mutilation. Do you mind if I DM you a story about my experience with Plague Moth about 2 years ago? I don't have proof. Feel free to DM it to me on Twitter. My DMs are open to literally anyone. I may or may not respond to you, but it's, you know, it is what it is. Feel free to message me anytime about anything, and yeah, we'll go from there. God, I got distracted. I got ADHD. What was I talking about?
The maid outfit?
Oh, yeah, the maid outfit. Yeah, I don't think there's anything bad with it. And something that I want to clarify in front of you guys so that we have this on record, this is not about Plague Moth's gender. This isn't about his political views. This isn't about his family. I've kept his family out of my mouth. I'm not even going to name what family members or who or, you know, like anything like that. I'm just going to say family because Plague Moth's family did not sell gore. Plague Moth's family did not do any of this ratchet shit. Say what you want about people on an individual level. My issue is with Plague Moth. Any accusations that I'm going after his family, that I'm targeting them and harassing them, is horseshit. But yeah, in the video that we were watching earlier, Plague Moth was accusing, like, basically saying that it's a bunch of transphobic people targeting him because of his gender, and it's because he sells gore. And he knows that because, as we saw earlier, this isn't the kind of message you'd get if you're, like, just doing that. So, I'm not going to watch the rest of this video. But, yeah, I got about here, and that's, like, when I felt the need to come forward, because I didn't want him to change the narrative to be something that it's not. Plague Moth sells gore, and as a result of that, minors were exposed to that content without any sort of age verification. I wasn't age verified, and I didn't need to be age verified to get access to those links.
I'll quickly say this. Yes, the cat that you were hearing was my cat. He likes to sit outside the door. I show him on my stream sometimes. I had a cat cam. Sorry, guys. You were hearing my cat.
That's funny. That's cute. We need more cats in my life. But yeah, I called the authorities twice. One to report the actual crime that someone sent me saying, hey, he may have violated this, this, and this. Feel free to report it if you feel strongly enough. I did. And then I just called my local PD to let them know that something might happen, that I might get swatted, that these people are a little bit more on the unhinged side. I don't think I've ever encountered a group of people like Plague Moth's audience. They don't really care about what's real and what's not. They'll just repeat the same mantras. Doesn't matter what evidence I show, the goalpost gets moved. Like, if it's not like, oh, I can prove he's selling gore, and I'll show some videos later that prove that. I can prove he's selling gore. And then they'll be like, well, you may be able to prove that he had this uncensored gore, but you can't prove he distributed it. And it's like, why would you say that? How would I have it if he didn't distribute it somewhere? And if this stuff is being hidden, and you can only get it through, whatever gate that he chose, I'm telling you it's a Patreon pay gate. I don't know. Long story short. So I saw this video, and I decided to make a tweet. And we're going to go to that tweet right now. YouTuber Plague Moth is lying in his most recent video. I alone reported account with these screenshots that I took from his Patreon server. I donated $5. In this one, I censored it, mainly because, it's not that I'm really afraid of showing the username. It's just, I just want to limit it, I guess, in a respect, but I see that's kind of stupid and not necessary. It is just a Discord username. So I sent this. I sent that. I sent these. I made sure that they were heavily censored. And I sent this. When you do something like this, don't be stupid like I was. Screenshot the whole fucking page. Make sure that they can see everything, including the room that this is in, because I didn't have that information until other people reminded me and people brought forward their own evidence.
I will openly say, whenever it comes to something like this, I recommend people, export the chats themselves or take those larger screenshots, preferably export.
I wish I knew that. I should have been talking to you guys a bit more about this. I did this alone, and because I did this alone, I fucked up. And that shouldn't be understated, because this is such a serious thing that if I really did fuck this up as, if I didn't have the evidence to prove that the shit that I did, because I know Patreon did their own investigation, and all they had to do is join his fucking server to find out. That's why it was taken down so goddamn quick. If I fuck this up, this guy, could potentially get off the hook, and it would be all my fault. So, don't do what I did. Get help. Because even though you think you're doing the right thing, and you have the best motivation, no, you don't. You need perspective. You need other people's perspective. Yeah, this is Shrouded Hand. I'm going to be completely honest, because some DMs might get leaked in the coming days. I reached out to Shrouded Hand. Shrouded Hand is was one of my favorite YouTube channels. I felt that his content is definitely more on the exploitative end, but it's in that gray area of kind of acceptability, because it's not he's just watching people die. He's explaining the situation. He's there's a theme around it. There's kind of a bit of a message, and he gives his own opinions and stuff like that. Plague Moth barely gives his opinions. He's practically laughing at these people as they're dying. So I thought that Shrouded Hand was one of the more respectable people in the community, and I reached out to him to ask him what his opinion was on true crime and where the line between true crime and just watching crime begins. And basically his response was, I don't judge other people, yes, at least I be judged. And when I came out with this information, he responded with this. Touch grass. He's not wrong. I really did need to touch grass, but I needed to touch grass by logging off of Twitter instead of spending all fucking day arguing with people. I'm learning a lot. I'm slowly becoming a better person. But yeah, he knows the content's exploitative. I don't understand why he'd choose to defend Plague Moth, and honestly, it's fucking embarrassing that he did. Straight talk. This guy should not be in the YouTube community. There is no reason that we need to have reaction content to people dying. I'm okay with talking about it. I'm okay with explaining it. Hell, I'm even okay with showing little clips sometimes for context. Wang did a video, the fucking what's that one called? Point is that he showed a little bit of a guy choking to death, to give an audience an idea of what's going on. And I've even seen the realistic bear attack audio played a little bit. And as long as it's only used in an educational context and there's some actual transformative reason for that to be brought up, it is fine. I just disagree with Jinx-style disrespectful reactions to suicides, workplace accidents, cartel executions, and murders, especially that of children.
Somebody in the chat is saying, didn't you, I guess directed at you, didn't you literally make a video about an old woman killing herself?
I made a video about scams, and in one of these scams, like, the elderly were finding themselves, like, being drained so much of their life savings that they go to look at their checking account because they got dementia, right? Like, they don't realize, every time they call in, they don't realize that they already called in. And they look at their bank savings account and they see that it's empty and they kill themselves. I discussed the events and the reasons why they did so. I explained how the scam works. And the point wasn't to say, hey, let's watch an old lady die. The point was to say, hey, it's fucked up that old people are killing themselves because some guy in India keeps calling in. There's a point. It's not just me laughing at dead people. I don't laugh at dead people.
The overall tone of that mess wasn't even humorous, so I don't even know why that was even brought up.
I'm just surprised that people are even trying to make like those kind of
they're from Plague Moth's group. They're from Plague Moth's group.
Like this even kind of happened. And you know me, I'm fighting game fan, so I'm gonna bring, of course, that stuff here.
Yeah, we're fighting.
I don't know if
here.
I don't know if you know about like the one guy who like does like FGC related news, and I think he goes like his show's called Button Check.
Yes,
he
Button
actually
Check.
had to
I watched that guy.
He actually had to apologize because it wasn't even like a fighting game tournament. I think it was like a sports game or something, and like the guy got pissed off and he came back with a gun and pretty much shot up the place. He reacted to the video and like I guess the way he went about it, because think about it, he was reacting, and you've seen like how his shows are like faces. He had to actually come back and apologize for that. You know, he actually had to come back and apologize for the fact that he seemingly put that out there, like in pretty much added some levity to that, even though of course, you know, he is kind of recluse. But of course, you think about it with drama channels, they just talk about the stuff. But you know, he even went back and apologized for what he did. You know. So
I believe that was the Madden shooting.
Yes. There we go. It was a sports game, like a sports game.
Okay. Because
I know some people in the FGC, like I think Dominion, a pro player, was talking about after that had happened, he didn't want to go to any events unless they've been. So again, it's context there. I don't think, of course, with the scams video, there was levity to that. That was actually pretty gripping. Because when I was watching that, I was taking care of my grandmother who had dementia, and I just imagined, because she had been taken advantage of by even before she really came out with the. So, just saying, it's not like if you're going to like make a parallel, make an actual parallel, not just pick stuff.
I gotta bounce for now.
Okay.
All
right. See you, boys. Sorry about that.
No worries. Thank you for coming in and helping. I got another guy who's going to be coming in here.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is why I was kind of wanting to
do it early. Don't worry about it, dude. Thank you for being here for when you were. I need homies like you in my life. You make it so that I can be better.
Yes. Hello. Bye-bye, chat. Lamau.
What a homie. Do you have to go too, Savox?
I can stay a little longer.
All right.
It is 5 a.m., but
dude, I know, right? It's radical. I know that you had a few interactions with Plague Moth. If you send me the tweets, I can show them here. And you know, we can just like go through them. I'm just there's a level of artistic integrity that needs to be there if you're going to engage with this, and you need to do so in a way that's responsible. The cartel uploads their videos as a way to shame and humiliate the victims and their families. So Plague Moth watching this content and going like, "Oh, I wouldn't do that." Yeah, it's like it just helps them. It proves that they're worth being scared of.
Like I said before, Moth and I really didn't have that many interactions. It didn't really start until yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Same here, man. I mean, I followed him because I was like keeping tabs on him, but like I never said anything, never interacted. I wasn't like trying to.
He
do all
said
that
he
stuff.
he said he cut ties to me, and I'm like, you and I
You
never
never
spoke
had
in
any
private.
ties. What
We've never
ties? You're acting like
we've never
fucking
been friends.
Naruto, going like this bond will never break. Like, what bond? You're not even in the same in the same times. Fuck off. Fuck out of here. I just added the guy. But yeah, I added a guy to replace Queen Sarah. And they're getting some stuff ready. But yeah, Plague Moth is a grown-ass man. And instead of just admitting to what he did, moving on, and taking the L, blah. Okay, I'm starting to get annoyed with Moth fans. Look, he's not helping people cope. He's not informing people. He is laughing at people suffering. He is going, lol, suffering of innocence funny. And we've already seen that his audience is kind of like that too. Like Stray Talk, their audience are kind of like that too. Let's see here. What's your name? Madam Crystal. Yeah, his audience are literally talking about how many times they watched a Funky Town Gore video and how that song just is like in their head, you know, bringing up good memories of watching that guy
That
get like
video
flayed.
changed my life. Thank you, Moth.
I want to do a Funky Town Gore video. Like, honestly, I guess like my biggest moral objection to Moth's content is like the fact that I feel like the only way that he can make a video like on this stuff is like if someone else dies. That's his entire brand. Someone has to die, someone has to get hurt in order for him to make content. Like with Shrouded Hand, he can like do a video on like these disturbed artists and like the stuff that they do and some of that stuff, and no one needs to die for him to talk about that. But with Plague Moth, he can't do that because the only way he makes money is if he's watching someone get hurt. And I know that he, you know, isn't bleh. The situation's wild, dude. I'm sorry that you're dealing this. Yeah, it's what it is. When you call out crazy people fuck with you, you know. But I'm not going to be the person that like sits down and just lets this stuff happen either. I sat on it for too long, sir, and I didn't get enough people to help me. But you know what? I'm not going to take this lying down. So there's that. Thank you, Hellhole Bendy, for $10. And then we got Mark. Saw some people talking about Wendy. Is that true? That is a complicated question. Here's what I'm going to say about that. Plague Moth, in my investigation, has repeatedly spammed Mudahar and Wendigoon, accusing them of ghosting him.
I remember seeing the tweet about that.
Yeah.
There's Kiwi Farms.
Yeah, that's on the farms.
Moth was like, "Follow me, you famous asshole," something like that.
Like there's this one, like I actually fucking have some screens of these, so just give me 2 seconds as I pull them up.
There's a specific tweet that I saw where he says that maybe sub count isn't high enough for Mutahar or Wendigoon. I thought that was really funny.
I thought that was a little cringe.
That he's a cringe guy.
Mutahar did follow him eventually.
Did he?
Well, the thing is that first, let's start off. Wendigoon did a video with Plague Moth, and that was around the time when Plague Moth was doing like disturbing videos, like disturbing movies, right? They had that. You can just intuit that Plague Moth was doing his own disturbing movies. There was like some weird thing going on, and Wendigoon thought it would be fun to like do a little crossover, right? And then he started doing the gore stuff, and all of a sudden, you know, Wendigoon's getting bigger, he's getting busier, and Plague Moth doesn't understand that no one owes you their time. No one owes you anything, you know?
Then he moved to Tov.
I didn't know him and Tov had a relationship.
Screenshots, like this is how pathetic it gets. Imagine getting mad over what someone does in their own lives. Fucking go lick a window, LMAO. Tweet account suspended. Is this how I get you to reply to me, Muda? God damn, it's been a year. Like he's God. There's a few other things. No Some Ordinary Gamers collab. Mudahar inspired my channel. I'd love to work with him, but he ghosts me like a Wendigoon. My sub count isn't good enough, I assume. Is that the screenshot you're talking about?
One of them. Does that count as like narcissistic or something?
Yeah, that's like, again, he doesn't understand that sometimes people get busy. Mudahar has over 1 million subs. Like, dude's fucking going ham. He's out there working, you know? He's out there doing shit. I've known Mudahar for like 10 years, and he responds to me once in a blue moon, and that's fucking fine. He doesn't get that no one owes you their time. If they help you, great. If you reach out and they respond, awesome. If you collab, really cool. Everyone gets to grow. But if they don't have time or don't want to deal with you and don't want to respond, you got to respect that. Okay, here's another person for $5. Jaden says, if you reached out to the other prominent creators for help in exposing Plague Moth, you would most assuredly succeed. Yes, if I did, I would have handled this. Would have been better, but I didn't. I fucked up, and I'm taking that L. And I'm hoping that it's not too late to fix this. But, oh, fuck, someone donated like $2. I don't know. I missed them. Sorry about that. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Mark says, for 2R, thanks for the good answer, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Everything just goes to help doing what we do here. God, I get so mad at this, and there's just so much to cover. But, like, Plague Moth just has no, like, respect for boundaries, like, at all. He has, like, you know, like, this one I did to get from the farms, but banned from Reddit, posting violent content. Considering that r/iBleach is a thing, it's like, how the fuck do you get banned for posting violent content? Whatever.
Is that why he hates Reddit?
Yes.
He has a huge
He hates Reddit because a lot of people, like, make fun of him on there.
Yeah, a lot of people make fun of him. I wonder fucking why. I wonder why. Okay, so, you know, we got this. Like, this is just, like, another example of, like... This is also from Kiwi Farms, too, so take this with skepticism. Since the Reddit consensus is I have an all-child audience, figured we should go ahead and start up a Gore for Tykes. First episode will explain to your child a Funky Town Gore video. It's like, this guy's, like... knows what he's doing, and he's just, like, kind of making fun of people. Like, how dare you accuse me of this thing I'm blatantly doing?
He has a weird obsession with Funky Town, doesn't he? What the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's, like, the worst one.
He
like,
talks
that's...
about it so much. Yeah,
Have you seen Funky Town?
Me? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's,
I saw it
like...
in school.
That's, like, the worst one that's, like, done to an adult. Yeah, it's the worst one done to the adults. I'd say that maybe Ghost Rider's the worst. I
don't think...
Okay, I need to explain something to the chat. The cartel puts weird, memey names for their gore videos. That's why you'll hear me say Funky Town Gore. Sponsored by Adidas. Ghost Rider.
But a lot of them are made by, like, the names of them are called by people who just find them on the internet and they get popular, like that specific video of that title. But yeah, a lot of cartels put a lot of weird titles in their videos. And I think ISIS did that as well.
It's like so that it will be so provocative that it will be spread around. And these videos are being spread so that these people who died these horrible deaths can have their families shown exactly how they died, so they can be humiliated even after death.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch gore videos and you don't know that, you need to stop. You need to learn your history. You need to know what you're interacting with. This isn't like kid shit. At all.
Yeah, I remember
this isn't
at the
funny,
beginning of
and I need to yell at people again. This screenshot isn't fucking funny. It's not cute. He needs to stop that. You go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, going back to one of your old points when I was watching the stream, you mentioned his thumbnails.
Yes.
His thumbnails are nothing short of fucking disgusting. There's a big point that I want to make in a future video that I'm making on him, that he uses a specific situation on a kid called Shorby. He's got ties to like this whole like cult thing on 4chan, but the thumbnail on that is him with a shotgun to his head moments before he killed himself. Keep in mind, I think the kid is like 15 to 18. I'm not entirely sure, but like even if he was an adult, that's still disgusting. And it was filmed on YouTube Live, and he uses that as like a video. It's fucked up.
Yeah, when if you guys look at Plague Moth's channel, beware, there are just like human corpses in the thumbnails.
Blurred, but
they're blurred sometimes less blurred. I'd say that it's not blurred enough. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna hide
the
this
titles
user.
to some of his gore videos are disgusting as well.
Hey, if
he
you
has one that's called like
mod,
the funniest
by the way,
gore.
spinning. If you want some
It's
mod,
Spindling, by the way.
Spindling.
For now.
Yes. If you want mod, just type in chat and I'll give it to you, and you can help.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. There are a lot of Plague Moth fanboys in there, like trying to lie about you.
Yes. There's this one guy called.
I called it.
I have it set so that only people who have been subbed for 2 days can even type. So it's like.
Oh god. They must be on your ass for a while, yeah.
Nah, it's more like we happen to have mutual subscribers and Plague convinced them.
Okay, one of his thumbnails is literally a dead animal.
Oh yeah.
Dark Forest, next to the Pitbull one. What the fuck?
Yeah, like I said, we're not showing that here. We're not showing it here.
It's there.
Funny
Just
baby dying video, 60 plus. God, it's like honestly, this guy is like the equivalent of like the pregnant Elsa videos for like teenagers.
Oh, so true. It's mostly just like edgy teens who think like it's cool to like watch like Columbine documentaries and shit like and laugh at it. His fan base they're all gonna grow up one day and get a job and he's gonna have nothing left, I assume. It's nothing short of disgusting.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we've debunked the idea that I repeatedly just kept calling the police on him to fuck with him. I think we debunked the idea. I think we debunked a lot of this stuff. I think we've shown that this guy's like willing to engage in like deception, right? So let's give his live stream a watch. Do any of you guys have the access to the live stream that you could just like post here and we'll begin?
Yeah, I can find it. I was talking to a bunch of friends about it. Let me try and get it.
All right. Hey, Savox, thank you for being here and supporting. By the way.
No problem.
We make very similar content, and I'm a big fan of your work, so it's good to know that like other homies are in my corner.
Don't sub
another
me.
thing.
My content sucks.
Your content's a ripoff of my content. You can't say that.
Yeah, that's why my content sucks.
Oh, okay. You're just insulting me now. God damn it, Sandbox. You can't shit on yourself without bringing me down with you.
I know, isn't it great?
And you do my content well, all right? Don't even dish yourself. You're great, all right? You do it better than me sometimes. Okay, so can we, yeah, let's get...
I'm just going for it, Cena. Another thing that I want to say is a friend actually pointed that out to me, that in a couple of his videos, he rates...
your microphone's, like, very crackling. Are you able to fix
that?
Is
it my bad? My bad. Is it any better now or no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we're fixing it. I'm gonna go look for that stuff because I'm bleh. Okay, someone donated 100 CZK. Honestly, seeing the content this guy makes, what did he expect? Most mainstream YouTubers wouldn't touch that stuff with a poll. Even people who do disturbing content don't do snuff. Yes, I don't do snuff films. I don't talk about them. I'm not educated enough to. I had to learn a lot from other content creators, and I had to do a lot of that research in the coming months so that I could do the subject justice. PM did come off as pretty immature in his Discord. Used to be a Patreon. His attitude about the content he covers is pretty insensitive. The tweet is pretty cringe too. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I am doing well. I'm doing better than I was yesterday because instead of being on Twitter, I'm just talking to a few homies. Let's work through this. I'm willing to go through as much as I need to prove that Plague Moth is a liar, that he sells gore, that there were minors in his server, and that it's a little fucking sus that someone who describes his community as 18 plus, you know, watches that. One thing, again, we're just going to watch this part again.
Hello, everyone. I have some bad news, and that's my Patreon page. It's removed. And why? Well, it started last week with a missed email about me verifying my identity. So basically, there are new policies on sexual content on Patreon, and if you're an 18 plus content creator like me,
18 plus content creator, there are mods in a server that know there are minors there. Why? Why? If you make 18 plus content, why are you even engaging with these people in a community where you're like gathering up all the people that support you? Why are there minors supporting you at all? Like that's like I'm not even accusing you of anything. I'm just curious why. I don't get that. Like that's a recipe for disaster. But yeah. I'm not going to watch all of this, and we're probably going to skip a little bit, but...
Hey, it's me, Plague Moth, the guy who just sells gore to kids outside. What's up, everybody?
Apparently, one of his mods is a 15-year-old, according to Skin. I've heard 3 or 4 people tell me that there is a mod that's like a teenager. I think they're 16 based on the other reports.
First, I'd like to point out
and they're the people. Apparently, they're the person that made Plague Moth's like
this user
hog moth
that
picture.
Creepy reads or that creepy. Hold on, I fucking
The hedgehog.
again. I've never that creepy reading. I have never heard of this.
See, this is why I'll never have a Discord. Too much hassle.
Over 300,000, and out of nowhere, he goes off on Twitter saying that I'm lying. I'm selling gore to kids on my Discord, and I'm very confused. Oh, hold on. No, that's using the right audio driver. We're Gucci. He posted some screenshots that were kind of shady, but once he messaged them to somebody who publicized them, it was shown that their age is old and it's a bunch of out-of-context bait, kind of like Jimmy J. But all in all, he has these supposed links that are allegedly from my Discord, so I figured I would let you guys into my Discord today and show you what is in there.
Listen to a
now, I'm not
lie
gonna click
about
some
his
of the adult
fucking
threads, but we'll go into that in a
super
minute.
secret
But there's
video
never been
room.
gore here. Actually, I take that back. There would have been a long time ago, because my first Patreon page, like over a year ago, was removed because we were doing uncensored content. That was no secret. But I worked with the Patreon team, and you know, if you watch my video today, I pretty much explained that. But this guy comes out of the woodwork saying that, you know, he reported it. So what I find is that he was e-begging shortly before this, and he got really upset when he found out how much money I was making.
Not true. I know he makes money. It's not about the amount. It's about how he's making it. 2, I wasn't e-begging. I was having computer problems, and I tweeted about them, and that's it. So a guy, a very pleasant fellow, Somber Reads, actually reached out to me, and he actually helped me a lot with that. And that guy's cool. Go if you YouTube user Somber Reads, very good guy, very awesome dude. But no, I wasn't e-begging, just letting people know that I was having computer issues and that I went into a boot loop. And I figured when my computer is constantly resetting itself, that it's kind of cool to see like it do that and be like, ah, darn, you know, I'm just sharing my life experiences. But no, I was not attacking him because of how much money he was making. That's like the low tier god defense. Like, Chris, you've heard this before, right?
Or what?
The low tier god defense. He just mad at how much money I'm making.
Oh yeah.
We fucking heard it all the time. We hear it in worst YouTubers all the time.
I thought you were gonna say like I thought he was gonna accuse you of being attracted to him when you said that.
No, I'm not attracted to that. Sorry.
I mean, that's what I usually think of when it. Well, I mean, there's like I guess several layers to the look.
I mean, he kind of looks like an evil version of me, like an eviler version. Like I already look like I'm an evil motherfucker. I mean, so he just looks like the more evil version, like the evolution, like my evolved form. So I wouldn't. I don't. But yeah. Yeah, this is dumb.
The problem is, too, he is not only saying that I'm just showing kids gore, he is also alleging that I'm hosting child porn and that he's seen it, and I'm selling Daisy's destruction. So is anybody in the Patreon here?
I would love to see a citation on that one. No, I don't think he sells CP. I've made I even like made a tweet where I came out. I don't think this let's go here and we'll go here. But yeah, I even made a tweet. I never reached out to his family. Okay, there's another one. I'm sorry. I made this tweet 13 hours ago. I don't know if this is at the same time of the live stream. I don't know if it's after, but yeah, no, Plague Moth doesn't sell child porn. I've answered this question so many times. If I've implied at any point that he sells child porn, no, I never said that. I would say that some of what he goes to edges into that territory of uncomfortability, but it's still a gray area. I make no point the CP. So, no, I'm not accusing him of that, and I'm not saying I saw child porn. The closest thing I got to child porn from a Plague Moth video that was posted in there was I think the one that he did with Cold Raven, and there was like a baby that like was half dissolved or something and like still writhing around.
Oh God! Please don't describe it.
If that's child porn, then yeah, I saw child porn.
Jesus Christ! And he watches that for a living.
That's what you're paying for. That's the good quality product you pay for from Plague Moth. But yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no. I do not believe he sells child porn. I think he sells gore and hurt videos that sometimes involve children. And I hard draw the line at anyone under 18. Because those people haven't even had a chance to fucking live a life yet. How could I even comprehend the existential dread of watching someone who has yet to begin die before anything could happen? It's one of the reasons why the game Before Your Eyes resonated with me so much. It's a horrifying thought. But yeah, no, I don't think he sells child porn. I never said that he did. I said that he either had access to or knew someone that saw the snuff film Daisy's Destruction, which is a snuff film that stars children. And I'd call that one CP. Now, I'm not saying that he's selling that. I'm saying that he is admitting to giving out mixtapes and that he had access to that, so it's just a little sus. I'm not saying that he did anything. I'm just saying that it's really fucking sus. Especially when you consider that there are minors in the 18+ community. So it's like, how else am I supposed to take that? It's sus, but I make no claims to CP. I think it should be investigated further. Back to the live stream.
Or that was, rather, who's in the Discord server. Anybody could verify that that's fucking stupid?
It is.
I would be so far behind bars, it would be outrageous.
Probably would be.
We don't do that. Yeah, well, hold on. We're going to go into the Discord first because I'm going to explain a few things. So 18+ in my server works is you have to be active for a month. You also have to send in to a moderator a photo ID with you holding it like this, and you have to be holding your User Discord name like this very clearly, or you cannot access my 18+ threads. But despite this, there's still no gore in those threads.
So what Plague Moth is referring to here is his like IRL nudes exhibitionism thing in his Discord. I've seen some references to it. I didn't give him my ID for obvious reasons. So I didn't personally see them at all. And I don't think I would be willing to go as far as to give this guy my ID, considering what he does and the kind of person he is. So he is right that in those rooms there was no gore. But if you give him $5 on Patreon, you get access to a room called Super Secret Videos or Secret Videos or something like that. And once you get access to that, it gives you, remember that screenshot that I sent back way back where I showed the list of the censored gore links. That's what you get access to. I had never once interacted with anyone in the server, and literally the day after I donated on Patreon, I had access to the room. I had access to everything. I took a screenshot, and those BitChute links are even still like live. I don't even know why he didn't delete those. Probably should, but that's just me. I think that if you're making shitty content, you probably should delete it. But here. Lazy Redhead donated $5. Or Lazy Bedhead, thank you.
I do help let OnlyFans people and stuff promote their shit there, so of course, yes, I'm going to have an age wall there.
Yep, that's fine.
Now here's,
don't have a problem with that.
while I load up Discord and get the window set up, I want to explain something very quick that's really, really easily said. What content creator is responsible for fraudulent activity of their audience? What I mean is, if you're under 18, you're not supposed to join the Patreon. The Discord used to be public, so of course there's people of all ages in there. There's nothing illicit or weird in there, so I wasn't going to boot my community. But I only paywalled it because of harassment. Otherwise, the Discord server would be open. This is very asinine claims.
The idea is that even if he was selling gore, everyone on Patreon is a adult, and that there are minors in the server because they were there from before Patreon existed. That is not true. Not everyone who uses Patreon is an adult. I can attest I have some patrons of my content that are underage. The only difference is that I don't describe myself as an 18+ content creator. I mean, I'm more teenager, I'm more edgy, but I'm not this. But everything I'm saying is true. He does have mods. Sorry, he does have kids in the server. He admits to it. Why? I just don't get it. Honestly, I don't understand these people sometimes. Give me 2 seconds. By the way, if anyone's in the chat who's cool, wants mod to help with the chat, I could use help. Okay, so I'm just selling gore, from what I understand, would fall under like obscenity law and is not okay, especially when it's like to a minor. You're not supposed to make that available to them in any context. Patreon has rules against this because there are people who are underage that use Patreon, and Patreon, yeah, like I said, I don't think I ever sent my photo ID to Patreon either, so it's not like they'd even know if I was that. The point is that I know that I have underage people in my Patreon community and all that fun stuff. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna add a moderator.
Anyway, it's 5:30. I think I better get going.
Bye, Savox. Thanks for showing up,
Yeah.
homie.
Next time you do a stream, do it a bit earlier, please.
Yeah, I was setting it up for like an hour and a half. I'm sorry.
That's no problem. Anyway, see ya.
Have a good night, my homie.
Good night.
But yeah, I I hear he has a 15-year-old mod. I can't verify that at this point in time. If someone has evidence, I can certainly look at it. This is what happens when you go into a situation half-cocked. You make mistakes. You fuck up. And that's what I did. Because the thing is that screenshots I took are tiny, and he can just say they never happened, that the room never existed. But, you know. Bye, Savox. The long story short of it is that this guy's whole stream, he's like accusing me of shit. A lot of these people are like just blindly believing that there's nothing wrong, that all this stuff happened. We got a $5 donation from Michaela Jones. Thanks, homie.
Got it.
You need to let everyone know that it's not
It's not Tub, it's this right here. This dude. No, I just said I'm not Tub. Oh, well, I said I'm not friends with Tub. I don't know why people are bringing.
God, what a fucking live stream. You see, I actually didn't watch this before this. I just had people who watched this tell me what this guy was saying.
Yeah, no shit, it wasn't Tub.
Oh man, he's even like looking through my tweets.
I think like we need a.
If anyone has anything on Plague, that is fine. I will take a look at it. Let's just go through his Twitter. Let's see what kind of person, like what kind of things this guy's posting. What kind of things he's liking, even though we know a lot of things right now. He's accusing me of wanting validation for harassing his family, and not going to mention that, not going to mention that, not going to mention that. My mental health is more important than his desperate grifts for relevancy. If this is grifting, then I'll happily be a grifter if it means getting rid of people like Plague Moth. They have no place in our community. Much love. This is from Queen Lily 69. Much love, creepy. This makes sense. This makes me see PM in a different light. Pretty scummy stuff. I'm ashamed I watch his content. Queen, don't worry about it. YouTube autoplayed you into it. YouTube has, just so you guys are aware, YouTube demonetized his entire channel. YouTube demonetized his entire channel. I have talked with some people. I believe his sponsors are going to be pulling out because who the fuck can sponsor this shit? And Patreon removed him because they did their internal investigation and found that he had been violating TOS and even gave him a warning about it. So that's probably why he was lying in that video about what exactly he saw. He looks like a greasier goblin version of DZR. That's so mean. Don't say that. But yeah, no, I haven't harassed his family. I've harassed, or I wouldn't even call this harassing. I've talked about Plague Moth and just him. I don't want his family or any members of that coming out of my mouth because my problem isn't with them. It's with him and the stuff that he does. Sorry. I'm just... By the way, don't attack this guy. I know that you can, like, definitely try to do some horrible stuff to him. I know that there is more information about him out there. Just don't go after him. Just let his channel die. Don't support it. I don't know about the 15-year-old mod situation at all, to be fair. And I can't know until like after this stream and I have a chance to investigate. The ability to host gore cinema with orphan children, moderating it as their only means, getting their oats the day lest we forget, hive mind, blah, blah, blah. It's just him making fun of the situation, even though he absolutely fucking knows what he's doing. These, okay, what is this in response to? When did you say that you own Daisy's destruction? And he says this screenshot of me saying there are videos on the internet. People literally pay this guy to Google search them. I never got to see the mixtapes, but considering he has access to Daisy's destructions, I don't know how to feel. He admitted to having access to it, but either on his own computer or through a friend from the deep web. I don't remember the exact wording, so I'm not gonna commit to anything. Just that there is a video where he admitted to having access to it in some form. And I think it's very sus that he's also saying that it'll literally give you access to, like, mixtapes and shit. So that's why I don't feel that way. It wasn't to imply that he does child porn. And guess what? He lost his Patreon for the first time for that. The video itself is nearly 2 years old. He also doesn't provide uncensored content as perks anymore. The 4 screenshots you posted on your tweet are literally from a year ago. It wasn't a blah, blah. Not all of them are from a year ago. Only one of them was. And the other 2 were taken by me. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Guys, we have a development. First off, let's go with our donator, Grout Lady. Question, old-fashioned, but is it possible to send information to the local authorities or crossing international lines, the FBI? Sorry. Is it possible to send information to local authorities or crossing international lines, the FBI? Just wondering. Upon hearing Snuff film edited. Okay, so Daisy's Destruction is a known snuff film. The guy who made it was arrested. He was selling it for around $2,000 to $3,000, I believe. And it's just child abuse. And some people take it for sexual gratification. Point is, we got a new development. It's okay. We need to make some change. Patreon's temporary down. It's okay. We need to make some changes around here. I'm appealing to takedown. And if we have to rebuild it, so be. If we get the same page back, awesome. But regardless, this will be the new format for the Patreon. Tier 1 gets access to the Infamous 4 and all Patreon-exclusive Discord. Tier 2, weekly live Q&A, 100% uncensored gore content, literally access. This is August 11th, 2021. So this is him moving it to Discord. I'm not crazy. He posted this. This is from his Discord. Thank Christ someone archived it. Because I didn't, even though I was there, even though I could see this, I didn't do this. I didn't do my due diligence. So the fact that we have this, it's a W. It's a W. These people have been gaslighting me for the better part of a day. Telling me that I didn't see what I saw. Telling me that I never accessed this, that I'm lying, that it literally isn't real, and we're not even done going through everything. But yeah, I'm not going to be gaslit. I'm not going to be silenced. I think this is wrong, and someone needs to say it's wrong so that we can start as a community moving on and fixing our shit. I am embarrassed I'm a horror content creator right now because I let this guy exist in our community for so long. I have a series, I have a platform that is designed for removing these harmful entities, and I sat on this for so long. And even when I came out, I fucked it up so bad. I'm so sorry. This has been such a shit show. and it's all my fault for doing that. But I'd be willing to go to court. If he thinks I'm libeling him, if he thinks that I'm destroying his income, I'm literally willing to put my channel as collateral. I'll give him my fucking channel. If he takes me to court and wins, he can have it. Because if I lose a case that easy, I don't deserve to have this thing. God, I'm getting fucking emotional. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just I'm getting a little
No, that's
emotional.
fine. Also, just want to check, is my microphone again on?
No, you sound fine.
Oh, okay. Another thing I wanted to add is in a couple of his videos, or in just one, he rates the gore videos like out of 10.
He
Which is-
did. He fucking did. I remember that.
There's a Car L one.
I suppressed that
which
memory.
He
That
says it's a
was-
6 out of 10.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fucked up.
How the fuck?
Of how creative they are and shit. Like, it's. I was shown that by a friend, by the way. I don't go out of my way to watch his bad videos.
Hey, anyone want to be a mod who's like cool? Because it just there's a lot. Yeah, I'm
I'm surprised this guy got away with everything for such a long time. I remember I when I originally came across his channel, I watched him for a bit and thought he's a weirdo and just clicked off.
I should let you
I'm surprised
know.
he hasn't had made videos.
My family, we a lot of us have backgrounds in legal. I know people. I know that if I needed help getting representation, that I could. I feel strongly about what I say, and I'm willing to prove it in whatever court I need to. But yeah, I didn't screenshot the full thing. I just screenshotted the tier 2 thing. And I should have, like, did more. You know, the archive this stuff. I don't know if he's sharing snuff films. Do not say that. Do not say I told you that. Because the only snuff film I know that exists is Daisy's Destruction, and I don't think Plague Moth is stupid enough to give anyone that, considering the liability involved that he acknowledges. Like, I know he's a fucking liar. I know he's a doofus, but I don't think he's that dumb. I think he just thinks that it's okay to watch cartels and workplace accidents and then, like, rate them out of 10 or something. Not going to let misinformation go on here, and I don't want my views to be misrepresented. I am sorry if I spent a lot of time focusing on the Daisy Destruction stuff. All I know is that there's a video where he said he had access to it, and then he describes what's in it, and that's how I know what's in it, unless if he was lying. That's because I didn't watch, like, anyone else's videos on, like, Daisy's Destructions. I just saw Plague Moths. This chat's so fucking big. You know what? We'll fix chat a little bit by putting it into slow mode. I've never had to really use slow mode, so bear with me as I enact our slow mode. Also, we're going to change it so that you had to have been subscribed for at least 3 days instead of 2. I'm going to set to slow mode, and we're going to make it 30 seconds. There we go. And this should make it so that chat is manageable. Someone wants me to mod them. Time to add as a managing moderator. Creepy, do not be upset. You sat on this too long. You're getting what you need to and showing us now. He is an exploitation artist, not a horror YouTuber like you. No. I did sit on this because, one, I didn't get enough people to help me. I came out with it a little too early. And in the 5 months or so that I had been looking into this, I didn't even archive anything that I needed to. You guys need to understand how recklessly negligent that is, considering the gravity of what we're talking about. And I don't want anyone giving me any passes for doing that. I want people, I want to be held accountable for that. Because I don't want to ever do that again. Because if there's another Plague Moth, You bet your ass I'm going to do a lot better than I did here. The fact that you're the first person in the horror community to speak out against them means more than you think, even if you did stumble a bit. That is true. That is certainly true and something to think about, but I don't want to be let off the hook because, like, you know, other people get, you know, fuck up in the same way and they get bashed, like destroyed online. And honestly, that's probably what I deserve. But you know, I guess the reason why I don't is because I'm willing to confront these mistakes and admit to them and grow from them. Just know that you won't see a fuck up as this bad ever again. Cherry Donut, you're a cool person, so you just get mod. Welcome to the team, homie. But yeah, this screenshot exists. Considering what he makes, I'd say that this is also pretty tasteless. We're just going to go through a few more of these things, and then I think I'm going to show one last video that's going to prove my point more definitively. Here's a screenshot from Plague Moth's Discord. He has no fucking idea that people are sending me this. I know what he's saying. I know what he's doing. He's not being cheeky. This isn't cute. And him lying isn't funny, all right? It's just him trying to gaslight me and control the narrative. I refuse to let that happen. Starting here. I cannot believe TCR contacted his police department and told him about this stuff in case he gets swatted. That's so funny. I'm trying to picture it. Who says swatted? This mango person's really pissing me off. Also, snuff films haven't been shown to be real, my dude. That is untrue. Daisy's Destruction is a confirmed snuff film to exist. The guy who made it was arrested. Moth said something about TV. Know something about... I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm 2 seconds away from choking this dumbass Black Knight. I want him... he says, just leave me alone. I want him to so badly. I want him to stop selling gore so badly. I don't really take pleasure in taking away this guy's income, but I only do so to protect everyone else from being lumped in with him. All right? Nick Spears is a cool person who covers this stuff respectfully, right? I think that even Shrouded Hand has more integrity, more creativity, and more respectability than this guy is. There's no one in terms of like the horror community who's like as bad as this outside of other people who make gore content. And when I say gore content, I mean like just reacting. You know. Let me look here. You know, him and his group of people sit in this Discord server and they're like plotting. They try to, they do the loser ratio thing where you got like 6 of your buddies all liking your shit. So, and, 18 replies in when everyone else but me has stopped responding. You know, you and your 6 homies can still ratio me. We got a $2 donation from the name Ellen. Yo, you're doing the right thing. God bless. God bless you. Thank you for supporting the show. I appreciate you. Thank you guys, by the way, for being an excellent mod team and keeping this chat manageable.
No problem,
it's
man.
been so crazy. I never thought I'd ever have like a stream with this many people in it. Many other things that indicates in terminally online behavior. The only thing that I think is terminally online is sitting at home and watching executions and suicides. Like, what's more online than that? That is the internet, honestly. Because they're acting like a baby, they're taking no one's side while also claiming Moth sold gore to kids. It's just, yeah. There is that one person who admitted to being like a 17-year-old who sold gore. YouTuber accused Moth of selling gore to minors on Discord. IO, this motherfucker called me dense. Oh my god, he sells gore. Like, these guys do not care. And they're, like, saying this, and there are minors in this chat who are seeing this. Right? Because Plague Moth in his own video admits that there are minors in here. EB Agent J said, take care of yourself. It can be very hard to say and do what's right. So many people are attacking you for it. Listen, I appreciate the money and I appreciate the concern, but, like, these people have fun watching people kill themselves. I don't take what they say seriously. For all I know, they're just trying to get me to kill myself because they know I'm mentally ill. And, you know, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm too punk to do that. A lot of my friends didn't make it this far. It's been a long mental health journey to being, like, okay. Just not even like, oh, like good, just okay. I wouldn't disrespect their memory like that. Daisy's destruction is literally classified as CP, so if he has access to that, he's literally committing a federal crime. I'm not educated enough to know that for real. But if that is true, is there, like, no fucking low this guy won't go? God. I feel bad for you, man. Nobody wants to be gaslit by a deranged psychopath like Plague Moth. And again, guys, I just want to reiterate, my issues are with Plague Moth. Keep his family out of your name. Anything that isn't related to selling gore, I don't care about. I know that there's other stuff. This is my problem. This right here is my problem. Nothing else. Let's see what else here. Okay, sorry, I'm just looking through this stuff. It's hard. But yeah, this is what I've been dealing with. It's just a lot of people doing this stuff. Like they'll take one thing, right? They'll take like one little thing. If we go to my original post, and we look at this, you see how this is like old, like older-ish, you know? Well, okay, it's not even that old. Let's find a better one. No, that's okay. That's still pretty recent, actually. Yeah. Okay. So they take this one, right? And this is like almost a year old, and then they'll be like, "Oh, not only is this minor not in the server anymore, but it's like super old and doesn't matter." And it's like, okay, so we're just going to ignore this and this and this. You know, yeah, it's really not healthy. I understand the academic reasons, and I understand the morbid curiosity, especially if you're an adult, especially if you're educated, and, you know, you want to understand the darker side of humanity. I can completely fucking get that. But this isn't what that is. This is just facilitating the content. Like trying to figure out a way to make money. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff to go through. And it's not exactly organized. And I'm sorry that you have to sit through the empty silences while I do it. Hey, Chris, you still here?
Yep.
I'm sorry that I dragged you in here and you're not exactly getting a chance to interact or do anything, but I am happy that you are, in fact, here.
I'm interacting, just as hard to keep up with.
Oh, dude, it's like so much stuff. God, it's just like some of this stuff too is like, how the fuck do I even start to show it? Because it's like, Yep. Okay. So I kind of went through all of those. I'm going to show you guys the videos I took yesterday that I feel like is the strongest piece of evidence that this content at one point in time was pay-gated. And then we'll end the stream. Well, we'll do some Q&A. I'll talk with chat, and then we'll end the stream. By the way, I'm sorry that chat was too fast. Okay, that's weird. I did not think this one through. I'm trying to figure out a way to show you guys the video. Maybe if I showed a video in a different program, won't cause that issue. Sorry, I'm all learning this live. It's all learning experience, so. It's yeah. I'm sorry. God. Show more options, and then open with media player. Ah, there we go. Okay. So, what we got here is Plague Moth's bit shoot. God, I cannot work these controls for the life of me. I'm gonna get embarrassed so bad. But yeah, this is Plague Moth's bit shoot. We'll play the video. You're not gonna see anything bad. Just maybe some thumbnails that are a little risque. This is like what you see if you were to find a bit shoot without like, you know, anything else. This is like every video that's on it, as you can tell. There's like no way that I can access uncensored gore at all by through this bit shoot. At least not unless if you're given the links. And we're going to open this next one. I got to be very careful with how I present this. I'm entering in the URL manually from the screenshot. We watched a video. Look at that. Look at that. There you go. Look at the name of the video. This video is uncensored. I don't know if it's moral to distribute it. I have it downloaded. If I have to, I'll figure out a moral way to do it. But yeah, this video is uncensored. I got this by paying $5. There's no way I could have gotten this link because my screenshot wasn't posted anywhere else on the internet before I posted it. I didn't get access to these links because I had been stalking him for a year. I didn't do anything. I bought access to the Patreon November 27th. I accessed these links around November 28th. I watched several of them, most of them. I would like Plague Moth to explain how I found this. I would like him to explain to everyone how someone like me got access to this, if not through his Patreon. This isn't something that happened a year ago. This is something he sold me last year, 2022, November 27th. I had access to this without talking to anyone, without any age verification, for 2 months. 2 months. I could access this without even talking to another human. And yeah, guillotines. You can still make a good, viable income without exploiting someone's unfortunate demise. Honest opinion, things could be handled better. Also, I'm not against educating, showing, or demonstrating dark parts of human nature, but selling gore without any full mindus is extremely exploitative. Victims and loved ones are presented. Yeah, you have to remember that the cartels are showing these videos for the purposes of humiliating the victims, displaying their dead bodies to anyone, especially their families. They often will they'll actually message the families with these videos, with the point of humiliating them. Imagine if some dipshit starts sitting in a chair and go like, "Oh man, should have got stomped. I wouldn't have let that happen." He's literally helping the people that make this world a very scary place. This isn't funny. This isn't cute. You know, you shouldn't be reviewing cartel executions. Hey, Dead Josie, I'll give you the quick, long, and short of it. Plague Moth sells gore and has minors in his 18+ community. And this is the thing I got access to. The Gorell flaying and Ghost Rider execution uncut. And by uncut, it's uncensored. If I have to upload the uncensored clip, I have it downloaded. I don't know where, and I don't want to make it accessible to a wide group of people. So, I would like to open up this forum. For just a little bit of discussion. If you guys got questions for me, I'm willing to answer them. Fairly certain Plague TCR has been around longer than Plague Moth. He's doing just fine. Yeah, I've been doing this professionally since I was 14, and I've been writing scripts since I was 12. I actually remember Watch Mojo stole some of my work when I was 13. Yeah, Ghost Rider's here. The question has to it doesn't have to be relevant. You can ask me about the situation. You can just ask me, TCR, anything. I'm opening the forum for any questions with a priority going to those who give super chats. Just make sure you at me when you do your question and stuff like that. No one's trying to attack Plague Moth's family. If I see anyone going after them, swear to God, this isn't what this is about. Leave them alone. It's just Plague Moth. Solid creepy reading, Plague Moth, liquid creepy reading. Holy shit. I needed that. Dead Josie says, I remember him threatening someone, saying that they hopes they are brutally murdered and is recorded so that he can make a video about it. Damn, if that's true, damn. I know this stuff can get depressing for anyone who may be getting stressed. Try to remind yourself that the good deeds people have done in this world. Yeah, they didn't have to do anything. Creepy reading, where do babies come from? Women. And sometimes men. Man, do I remember you when you collaborated with IHE? That was a dude. I recorded the IHE video in a bathroom at a hotel because my stupid brother was smoking cigarettes in the garage and set our house on fire. I lived in it. I was like Sweet Life and Zack and Cody for a little bit. Yeah, I reached out to him when he had like 10K subs because I thought that he was like a genius at this stuff. He was so good. The fucking Aquaman video, damn quality. So I reached out and I was like, hey, can we work together? Let's do I Hate Creepypastas. I'll help you with the script. Plague Moth stated in his newest community post his old Patreon videos have been uploaded. I don't know if he's referring to the gore or what the actual content is. He might be talking about the gore. He might actually be just talking about the Infamous 4 video, which I don't believe is gory. I watched it. It's mostly just like metal music and making school shootings seem more cool than they actually are. Guillotines. I lived in Mexico and can confirm that looking at someone the wrong way can get you, this sort of brutality. Is there a way I can contact with info? Yeah, I have a Twitter @CreepyReading. Feel free to send me anything if you guys have any evidence. I fucked up in gathering it, but that doesn't mean that there isn't someone out there with the thing that we need. Madam Crystal asks, what's the meaning of life or bearing? Why do you think here's the thing, right? Why do you think his fans defend his gore so much? The reason why is because you have to do mental gymnastics to be someone who regularly watches reactions to gore. If you think reviewing gore is funny, you have to do something to distance yourself from the actual reality of what you're engaging with. It's very easy for these people to become disengaged, demonize, and just, like, say fucking whatever. I learned that yesterday the hard way. I mean, they want me to blow my head off with a shotgun. Like, wow. Jesus. Holy bazonga. I've watched your content, and as someone on the spectrum, I look up to you. I appreciate that. I'm doing my best. Do you like the Yakuza game? Yes. Okay, Yakuza games. There's a YouTuber called Snakerer, T-E-H Snakerer. He does these videos on all the Yakuza games, and he got me into it. So I started with Like a Dragon, and then I played Yakuza 0 and then 6 because I had watched 1 through 5 on his channel. And I wouldn't even tried Like a Dragon if, he didn't do that. So the Snakerer got me into Yakuza. Yakuza's amazing. I'm a fan for life. Ichiban from Like a Dragon is literally the fucking man I want to be. If I could be Ichiban, like slip into his skin and drop kick some motherfuckers, that's who I'd be. And that's what I'm doing today. Fucking Queen Sarah's Namba. Sorry, I'm trying to get through all these questions. Are you planning on keeping the stream up? Yes, I am, assuming that there isn't any age restrictions or whatever. Assuming that it doesn't get taken down or whatever. I don't have any plans on removing this. Are you, Rose Ryan says, I agree 100% with your stance. There's nothing wrong with discussing gore, but doing a reaction video is disgusting. Court says, not a question, but I wanted you to know that you're awesome and we appreciate your work so much. Thank you for your service, man. I appreciate it. You guys got to stop complimenting me. I'll get a fucking ego. I don't want to get a fucking ego. All right. I don't, when people get egos, they do stupid shit. I don't want to do stupid shit. Don't give me an ego. Not really a question, but something I've wanted to say for a long time, and I do mean a long time. Thank you for the confidence you make and try doing what you do. I appreciate that. I make it a point to communicate my mental health journey to people because I want to try to help other people who may be struggling with the similar stuff that I was, and maybe make it so that more people can make it out of that dark journey. Another YouTuber exposed Plague Moth as well. I sent you a link on Twitter. If you want to investigate further, I will. At Creepy Reading, I wanted to say, I love your content. I've been watching, genuinely impressed with the growth. Yeah, he did this series called The 12 Days of Goremiss or something, and it was just him reacting.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah, yeah, man, Christmas and horror.
Two things that go well beautifully.
Yeah. Okay, this for the Clipman asks, why do you look so pale? I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been eating right. I've went down 2 shirt sizes in 2 weeks. There's been a lot of drama going on. I'm just gonna be open about that. Sunny TM is cyber stalking me, and I found out that even though I've confronted Mark about his behavior towards me, Mark still chooses to promote him, follow him, and every time this man sends me a shirtless picture of himself, fucking looking at me with bloodshot eyes, I get to see that Ellis Mark's fucking following him. Embarrassing. And then on top of that, we got the Plague Moth situation, which I inadvertently blew up to a level I wasn't ready to handle, and I didn't even handle it right. So yeah, I haven't been doing that well. But I'm hoping that this and what I've shown can prove what I've been saying, that I'm not lying, that I'm not a crazy person. Because this is honestly some of the most disgusting shit I've ever seen. I'm embarrassed of myself that I watched so much of it, even doing research. Sterling Rose says, when do you plan on continuing disturbing anime? That's going to be a little bit. I got some videos that need to come out first. Before I can come back to that, but definitely probably by Christmas. You know, I want to get another Disturbing Games out there because I've also had that on the back burner for like a year, and I'm sorry, I'm just shitty at making videos. Lazy Bedhead asked, hey, do you know what the infamous 4 thing is for tier patrons? Yeah, I do. I believe those are the school shooting videos, like Columbine, Uvalde. I believe one of them is the Daisy's destruction video. I know I saw a trailer for it. I'm going to compliment you out of spite. Nice face. Your mom gave it to you. Okay, Tiny, that's okay. That's okay. All right. If you word it like an insult, it won't let me let it go to my head. Please eat. Don't hurt yourself. I beg you. I'm not hurting myself. I am eating. I just haven't been doing it as regularly as I should have, and I'm assuming after this that will go away. I won't have to worry about people not knowing what these people online are doing to me and what kind of behavior they're engaging in, and hopefully our community can get better and grow. Nightmare Productions. God, I'm sorry, we got a lot of donations. Nightmare Productions also question, but big thanks for calling these guys out. Don't need to be watered down. Jonathan Davis making YouTube harder. You deserve this 5. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciated. This is mostly going to be going towards paying off my editing rig and getting my writer back on the internet because he's stuck on a $300 Chromebook because our computer, as you know, went into that boot loop cycle. Fucking Somber Reeds reached out to me and was like, he said that he'd offer to help me and send me in a rig to use in the interim. That's why I really want you guys to understand that Somber Reeds is a cool dude, one of the good ones. It's rare that strangers are willing to be so kind to you, especially when you really don't deserve it. I forget how awesome you guys can be sometimes. Sorry, I don't mean to get emotional. This is why I cry in all of my videos, by the way. In all of my videos, I fucking cry, all right? I'm a sensitive little shit. It's who I am. Maniac Shorty, I jumped off the Plague Moth train last year when I noticed his Funky Town merch. Question, what was the last disturbing game you had to step away from? If we're talking like step away from, I'd probably say N-word genocide. When I have to go on a pro-slavery website to even look for it, with some dude's like number, like, hey, if you want to talk to me about conspiracy theories, you know, here's a bunch of people condoning slavery. That shit's a rabbit hole. I can't wait to talk about that. God, I'm gonna watch Bluey with the patrons tonight. If you're a patron, we're watching Bluey because we need some goddamn wholesomeness in the world again. But yeah, N-word genocide. It's it's cancer. We have Sunny TM. Isn't that Sunny V2? Yeah, that is Sunny TM, Sunny V2, Keyshawn, Ellis Mark. I'm just gonna talk about this because I don't give a fuck anymore. Ellis Mark. I've caught him engaging in leaking DMs. He's used this guy to like shit on people. I've heard reports that they're not as close as it looks, but I don't care. Every time this guy sends me a message, even though I blocked him, Ellis Mark's following him. And I know he's like on his third or fourth Twitter. So it's like he's getting banned enough and he's like going to Ellis Mark likely every time he gets banned to be like, hey, can you follow me again? It's like, go fuck yourself, dude. It's high school shit. We got Killa who says Moth allows minors to talk about S3X and G0RE Gore in his Discord 24/7, and he even chimes in those combos himself. Check his Discord again. I am banned from his Discord. He found out I was in there after I've been lurking in there for several months. I pretty much have been just kind of sitting there like since November, but I stopped donating, but I just kind of sat in there. Yeah, it's just like I know that it's a meme. I know he's like a meme, but he's like doing it to make me feel unsafe, and I guess like the motivation fucks with me. Like if you want to hurt me and like engage in illegal violent behavior, I just wish that you'd skip the psychological games and just fucking do it, you know? I'd be glad. I mean, I'm a scrawny guy. I'm not going to fucking win most fights. But I'll gladly get my ass kicked by a stranger committing a crime if it means that they're not fucking with me on Twitter trying to make me feel uncomfortable in my own house for weeks, you know? It's the anticipation that really gets me. And the fact is that the Sunny TM message gave me an anxiety attack. I had to have one of my good friends calm me down. It's not cool. I shouldn't have had gone through that. Fuck that guy. Thank you for being here for us. You helped me, and I'm pretty sure plenty of others out of a dark place. If I helped you along your own journey, I am happy to do so. Digital Apple says, sounds like everything Plague Moth is doing has become heated very fast, from his merch to his video defense. Yep. If you want to watch the full hour-long stream, you can do so. I refuse to do so for mental health reasons. But yeah, it's just a bunch of lying, a bunch of him misrepresenting my points, a bunch of him making it seem like I'm accusing him of more and going after more people than I actually am. I just want him to stop selling gore. And you know what? I fucking did that. If there's anything good that I did, it was stopping the Patreon, and it was informing people exactly of what kind of person he is. I believe I'm safe, but, like, who knows? Plague Moth has family down here, apparently. He's, like, telling his deranged fan base who watch gore videos, like, and engage, you know, whatever. No, wait, Sunny V2, not Sunny T. Sorry, Sunny TM are very different. Those are different people. Sunny V2 is cool. Sunny TM, different person. My bad. Do not fuck me. Sorry. This is why I don't live stream. I hope you start doing better, man. You deserve self-care. I actually just want to let you guys know. I talked to my mental health professional. I am getting therapy. I am taking medication. I am doing all the steps that I need to do to take care of myself. I had a very rough few weeks. And that's over. Stories out there. I don't think anyone can look at what I presented today and think that this guy's fucking innocent of anything. We got, have you seen the new Agretzko season? I'm still only at season 6. Episode 6. I need to finish it, but I'm scared. I don't really want that show to end, and that's going to be a pretty emotional night. I wanted to make sure I took out the gore guy and handled that fallout before I put myself through the mental distress of my favorite show going away forever. And I gotta watch it because I'm doing an interview with Ben Diskin on the 5th to talk to him about his involvement and his experiences talking as the Haida Man. Creepy, please take care of yourself overall or else. I'm crossfaded, man, right now. But I still support you. This guy sucks, and I'm a horror lover. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, we all love horror here. We all care about horror. We believe horror is an art form. Things that are disturbing can give you comfort. Things that are fucked up, especially fictional, that relate to the real life and can communicate that human experience, is some of the most genuinely awesome shit that you can expose yourself to. If something can make you cry and make you feel something, like these disturbing films I often talk about it's doing something right. And I want to differentiate that amazing, good experience from this negative human suffering. We have a $20 donator from Askew. You deserve this, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you. Have you played Ishin? Actually, I haven't played Ishin. I don't have enough money to. I am in too much debt right now to buy video games, especially stuff that I won't likely do a video on. Ishin is just not a business expense. It's a pleasure one. And I need to play Lost Judgment and Judgment. So many Yakuza games I need to play, but I just need to wait till I'm more financially stable before I can, really engage with that media. Do you know something I can watch after this? I'm not feeling okay. Hey, Angelism. Bluey. It is such a good show. If you want to calm down, want to feel good, you want to watch something that will just bring you back to when you were a kid, Bluey. You can watch it on YouTube on the official Bluey channel or Disney Junior. And they have full episodes, full ass, and they have it on Disney. And if you're Australian, you can access it on the internet with all the uncensored content you want. Just luckily in Bluey, they don't just flash human corpses at you. So, that will make you feel a lot better, and it will give you some comfort, because it gives me comfort, and it's one of my comfort shows. I actually was watching that show up until I started to stream because I needed comfort. I like video game content more because I'm a hashtag gamer, says the Clipman. Hell yeah, brother. We all gamers. Have you played Dead Rising? If so, which is your favorite? I say Dead Rising 2 is my favorite, followed by 1, then 3, and then I stopped giving a shit. I have eaten, it's been a peanut butter jelly a day for a while. So, there you go. Zombie Silk asks, sorry for what's happening to you, bro. I hope you can keep good. Stay well, man, and have a good night. Not a question, but honestly, you're an amazing dude. Okay. Appreciate the compliments. I just don't want to give myself an ego. DFC donated $5. He's the guy who said, crossfaded right now. This guy sucks. Horror lover. Yep. Cherry Donut says, if we watch Bluey, I show off my updated Model T as well. Oh, dude. Yeah, after the live stream, I'll fucking hit you up. I just want to get high with my roommate a little bit before we come in. Skyvilla CH, have you reached out to some of the commentary people that they can help get this out for you? I did not. I don't trust the commentary community at all.
I've reached out to some commentators.
I'm not going to name names. It's just every time, if your content solely exists and is only able to be made if someone else is suffering, or doing something evil, like if your brand is just talking about this, that means in order for you to survive as a business, the world has to be fucked up. There's an incentive to create a fucked up situation. I don't want Plague Moth to be involved with the commentary bros. I want Plague Moth to be called out by the other horror guys. This is our community, and we need to take care of it. I'm just lucky enough to be the guy that's been talking about horror and drama. I don't... And fuck me for saying that, by the way. This isn't drama. This is crimes. This is morals. This is respect for humans, which Plague Moth does not have. This is why one autistic person was able to send one report and get his whole fucking operation taken down. It wasn't Kiwi Farms. It wasn't 4chan. It was this guy. And I'm glad I did it. Okay. I'll be covering it on my commentary channel. Feel free. I don't mean to, like, disparage anyone. If you make commentary, you can do it. There's nothing wrong
Yeah, I was
with
gonna
it.
say I'm a commentator. I feel like I was being stabbed.
All I'm saying is that in the commentary community, there is a unpleasantly high number of unsavory
Yeah, I
individuals.
definitely agree.
And
there's a lot of fucked up people.
Like, for example, Right Opinion. Let's talk about him.
You don't like The Right Opinion?
No, I love him. He's amazing.
Oh, I edit for him.
He's one of the best homies you could ask for. When I was having a panic attack, he didn't even know who I was. He went out of his way to make sure I was okay. You don't see that in people. You don't fucking see that in people. The Right Opinion is like probably one of the only good commentators I know. No offense.
Yeah, I actually well, I actually agree. I actually DM'd and talked to The Right Opinion about Plagued Moth way before any of this stuff, back in like early January, I think, when I was gonna work on my video right before I did.
Yeah.
So I think he's aware of the stuff, but it was right before I knew any of the actual fucked up shit he was doing. I just knew about his like thumbnails that he was doing and stuff.
Yes. So Right Opinion, very good guy. He knows what he's talking about. He puts a lot of work into his content. Fuck it, hell, he's someone I'd be proud to associate with. He's someone that I'd be proud to work with. I'd be someone who'd be proud to even just be near this guy. He could start.
He's an incredibly nice person,
dude. He could start a cult, and I swear to God, I'd be in the commune, fucking ready to be his boss. Like, he is such a good guy. But like, you know, like, not all commentators are bad, but you know, you got a lot. There's a lot of people. And they'll like get their own personal drama conflated. And with Plague Moth, he'll twist your words. He'll get his gore-loving goons to attack you. He'll gaslight you. And man, you know, like, I barely can handle this, and this is what I do. I don't expect a lot of the commentary bros to handle this kind of harassment, especially on the level that Plague Moth engages in. 666 viewers, let's go, baby!
Plague Moth has his own, like, share of commentary videos, and just like all of his other videos, they're not worth watching because he lies in a lot of them to spread some kind of narrative that he wants to give his own, like, cool opinion about. Such as his Eugenia Cooney video, he says in the title that she's being trafficked, which is not the case at all.
Can I, okay, so you bring up a fair point. In the last worst YouTuber video, actually, in the streamers that need to stop video, I spent about 15 to 30 hours researching Eugenia Cooney.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that her community is awful, that they would let this person kill themselves in front of them, basically. But I didn't put her on the list, and I backed off because I don't know enough to handle the situation with respect, love, and care. Because Eugenia Cooney doesn't deserve to have some shithead person who doesn't know what the hell they're doing going after her. She needs help, and my video wouldn't do that. Talking about her in a negative light like that does not help the situation. It makes it worse. I backed off when I realized that I was at my limit and couldn't do it. I found some really disturbing stuff from that community. I just knew that there's just nothing I can do. And as much as it sucks to have to sit there and resign yourself to letting someone basically kill themselves, there's not much you can do. She has to make that choice for herself. And Plague Moth's video is just so fucking disrespectful. So fucking
It's
out of line.
It's because her fan base is either people who don't like her in general, and believe the lies that Plague Moth put out there, such as other T channels, which is like shit commentary essentially, or it's a bunch of people that unfortunately have the same, you know, problems that Eugenia Cooney does. So it's like it's a self-fulfilling, well, you know, degrading circle of it coming back on each other and it getting worse and worse.
Guys, you need to know I'm like 5'6". Like, I'm not a big guy. I'm smaller than Moist Critical. Like, I'm a fucking manlet, right? But you know what? I'm the kind of person where, even though I know I'm a smaller guy, I'm not going to go out without a fight. You know, someone starts assaulting me, all I care about is defending myself as much as humanly possible so they at least don't forget fighting me, you know? It's okay not to be the strongest dude in the room, and fighting doesn't solve any, you know, situations like that. But yeah, no, Eugene Cooney video was not okay. And Plague Moth does a lot of not okay things, and I am shocked and appalled that so many people will defend them. So many people will be willing to try to make me feel unsafe. So many people will be trying to attack me, like, every step of the way. Like, for example, me being worried about swatting because Plague Moth is, like, posting my city after seeing a geotag location and being like, stay safe, bro. You know, it's like, I'm just taking precautions, and this guy words it like, yeah, Creepy lives in the same state as my family, and he keeps calling the police on him and stuff like that. It's like, do you know how bad that makes me look? That I'd, like, go as low as targeting his family. Man, I hope no one goes after my family. I mean, I don't think they will, and I swear to God, you won't catch me using them as a shield for my fucked up behavior. You know, I'm sorry that he's having issues with paying for things as a result of having his blood money taken out of his goddamn greedy hands. Maybe he shouldn't be committing crimes on the internet and breaking TOS if he really wanted to provide for his family. He could make other videos. He could go back to talking about disturbing, fictional, or even based on true story movies. He could stop playing fucking metal music when talking about Columbine. But he didn't. He was already given a chance after he fucked up when he started selling Patreon shit in 2021. All he did was walk it back a step. He and his group of people have been constantly trying to gaslight me, trying to tell me that this never existed. Constantly. He is sitting there asking them how to interact. He's getting people in his Discord to fucking fight his battles for him on top of himself. Every time I try to correct a record and say, no, don't attack his family, don't go after him, he'll, like, just start liking posts where they're like, yeah, why are you attacking his family, bro? Even though I'm trying to dispel that. I'm trying to get people to not engage in that way, and he keeps using them as a shield. It's... You know, I could say that I'm ace. I could say that my roommate is gay. I could even tell you that I kissed a dude and fucking loved it. But you won't see me using the LGBT community as a shield. Because they're not the reason why Plague Moth is coming after me. And it's not the reason why I'm going after him. I've been in this, like, Twitter hellscape probably for, like, I don't even know how long. But yeah, it's just, I wasn't going into my Patreon server posting Twitter links. I wasn't going out of my way to get people to fight my battles for me. I tried to fight it all alone, and honestly, I probably looked a little stupid. I probably said some things I regret. I'd have to look at every tweet and figure that out. And yeah, it was like hell. For a while, I started to question myself. Like, do I live in Bizarro World? Does everything I know not apply? Is it really okay to watch media and interact with it in this manner? And the answer is fucking no. The people who are telling me this watch people kill themselves for fun. You gotta ignore it. You gotta get off Twitter. Twitter isn't real. It's not a real place. Wait, it gets to blame you like that. Are you bisexual? No. I'm ace. I'm not interested in sex. I would be open to a relationship. and I'd probably be open to it if my partner was into it. But me myself, it does nothing for me. I'll date a guy, I'll date a girl. I don't care. I'm I'm ace, but I'm okay with relationships, you know. And I think that they're awesome, and I would love to get a life partner someday. But no, I wouldn't really call myself bi. I'm more of an amorphous jellyfish that just tries to absorb as much goodwill to stave off depression. And you know, I mean, we're coming near to the end of the stream. It's like been going on for a while, and I want to tell people, tell the people who are left here. When I went into this stream, I was so fucking terrified that you guys weren't gonna get it, that I may have fucked this up, that I didn't have the evidence that I thought I did, that maybe my autism or my mental illness had blinded me to seeing the truth of things, and I just was kind of going in here, see what happened. And you guys showed me tonight that I am loved and supported and cared for, not only by some of the most amazing content creators I had the opportunity to work with and talk to, but by you guys, the ones watching this right now. Guys, they're like so awesome. You gotta stop inflating my ego, man. You gotta stop doing it. You gotta stop doing it. I'll turn into low tier god. But you guys have made me less scared about this situation, and I'm willing to keep standing up to this for as long as it takes. Because we in the horror community do not support this. True crime isn't real crime, and we shouldn't be watching real crime. There's a point where it stops being a documentary. You know, I mean, like, people thought that Dahmer was bad for its, you know, presentation of what Jeffrey Dahmer did. And Plague Moth, like, goes, like, you know, Plague Moth would be the kind of guy that would just, like, watch that. Like, just watch him kill people and, like, laugh and then, like, you know, give him a rating. 12 days of Dahmer murders, you know? And that is so fucked. That's so fucked. That is so fucked. Imagine what the victims are going through. Like, imagine, like, your brother, your mother, your sister, your child dies in that way. And, like, some fucking dipshit with a bad haircut, shitty eyeliner, and piercings goddamn everywhere fucking cackles like a madman while he fucking counts every stab, every stomp, every mutilation, every dissolved human body part. It's one of the worst ways to go, man. We in the horror community do not support that. And I hope that today I've convinced you guys not to support it either. Anyone else in chat have anything to say? Or in our call before I end this?
Yeah, I was. This isn't a thing, but I was going to ask if I'm able to use this as clips for my video, if that's fine.
Yeah.
With credit, of course.
No, you can use credit.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone, blanket permission. You can use clips. You can react to it. You can watch it. You can live stream it. Repost it. I don't give a shit. Put this everywhere. Put it on Twitter. Put it on Reddit. I don't care. Everything I say, stand by. Except for the things where I clearly said I don't, because I said some I said some stuff that I think is cringe, and every time I found that, I would immediately stop and say that, you know, obviously. But, yeah.
Did you also bring up the fact that, like, he brags about his wealth and people criticize his videos as well on the Reddit? Have you seen that?
I have not, but we already watched him brag about how much money he was making when he insinuated I was jealous. To be honest, I really don't give a fuck how much money I make as long as I can afford rent, buy a video game, and have a fucking beer every now and again. I got 100K subscribers, and that's all I care about. I met my YouTube goal. Anything else is just like Thank you. But I am so content and satisfied with my audience, my view numbers, all that fun stuff. As long as I'm able to continue living and supporting myself, doing what I love to do, I'll keep doing it, and that is fine. Chris, I also wanted to say that I want to thank you.
Rob.
Chris, you guys don't know this, but Chris has basically helped me with a lot of my videos, almost all of them, that are good. And he's not only one of the best editors, he's one of the best friends anyone could ask for. He got me good at Guilty Gear Strive, got me into fighting games. He's kept me sane through some of my shittier moments. And honestly, if you guys would be fucking lucky if any of you found a guy who is half as amazing as Chris is, even half. Chris, you're amazing, dude. I'm so glad I can work with people like you.
No problem at all.
All right.
Appreciate it.
I've said my piece. You guys have been amazing. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for the support. We don't support this. I've been your host, That Creepy Reading, and today